Welcome to the Hannahcast, everybody. My name is Chris Hannah, and right here's my co-host, Raphael.
That's me. Welcome.
Yep. It do be him. And
Will Smith.
Will Smith Pride flag.
Pride Smith.
Pride Smith.
Pride Smithington. Pride William Smithington Esquire.
Yes. And yeah, guys, we got quite a bit of topics today, including, we're going to be discussing Moonlight, we're going to be discussing the new iCarly, and we're also going to be talking about some current events that are going around in the world of politics. And I just realized not only is it Pride Month, but it's also Juneteenth.
Yeah, happy Juneteenth, everybody. And we also have another massive topic, ChristianHannah.com.
Oh boy, you're right. ChristianHannah.com. Just go to ChristianHannah.com and you can find all these cool links and whatnot. Like, you click the YouTube link, well, that'll take you straight to my YouTube channel where you can hit that subscribe button. Currently, I can't really subscribe because I can't.
You can actually hit the subscribe button now, and don't forget to smash that like button.
Smash the goddamn like button. But I will say, don't click the subscribe button twice. No. You don't do that.
But do click the little bell thing so you get a bunch of notifications and stuff when new stuff comes out.
Oh yeah, hit that bell for notifications and whatnot. Also, if you click the Patreon link, that'll take you to my Patreon page where you can subscribe to the Patreon for $3 a month, where you can have a bunch of cool exclusive stuff, including the Hannahcast audio-only versions, bloopers, exclusive Q&As and whatnot, your name in my videos, or whatever else you might, enjoy.
Real talk? When are we getting the OnlyFans?
I honestly don't want to do OnlyFans.
You don't want to, but you will, kind of thing?
No, I'm not going to do OnlyFans.
Yet.
No, I'd rather not do OnlyFans.
Rather not, but will if you don't have a choice. I mean, you gotta when you gotta pay the bills, you gotta pay the bills.
Technically, I don't have to do sexual stuff in order to do OnlyFans.
Yeah, I mean, people just have to pay for it.
I could technically just put Garfield in like little costumes, like a little pirate costume, and do that.
Pictures of your feet or something.
Oh no! Oh god! Oh god! No, I'm not thinking. I am moving on. Just like I just not gonna talk about that and whatnot. But like, regardless, let's see. Oh yeah, don't forget, can you hand me my merch and whatnot?
Oh yeah, this is important.
Yeah, the merch. You gotta have the merch.
Big merch.
Oh yeah, the merch. Yeah, because if you hit the merch button, then that will take you straight to the Teespring merch store, which is right now loading, still waiting for that to load and whatnot. But we have a bunch of cool products, including t-shirts and whatnot. Man, still waiting for this to load. Or maybe I could just do it like this. Hold on, let me try loading again. Yeah, we have t-shirts, we have stickers, we have Make America Cringe Again merch. We have
here's a shirt.
Yeah, we and whatnot. We have socks, we have pants. We also have and if you, actually, before I get into the Pride merch, proof is in the pudding right here. There's the pillow. It's
not really that big. I was just holding it. It's forced perspective. It's not really huge. But
it's still pretty big for a it's still pretty big for a throw pillow.
I made it look like a massive
Yeah, and also here's a little hoodie and whatnot where it has like my design on the it has like my little logo on one of the breastplates and whatnot, and also there's a big Christian on the back of it. Same thing with this shirt, except it's a prototype and whatnot. I don't have my blue hoodie because I'm doing laundry tomorrow. Hold on, Kobe. There we go.
Kobe.
Yeah, for Kobe. But also, there's also the there's the throw pillow. Also, we have another shirt and we have a sticker, right, and whatnot.
The sticker in it.
Oh yeah, we have.
Let's make this look huge. Hang on. Coming in with the magic trick.
Oh shit.
It's okay. It's just my phone.
All right. Yeah, we have mugs. Also has like the little Christian on the side as well.
You can be.
No, I can't. No, I can't be Black Panther. No, don't. I don't. I'm not getting. I'm not getting Twitter on me right now.
There we go.
No, don't do. No, I can't be Black Panther. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Chadwick.
Just for a little bit. The boy can dream.
Yeah. So yeah, we have a little die-cut sticker. We also
Put
have,
this on your fridge. Put this on your car.
or whatever you want to put stickers. I don't know what you want to do with stickers.
Oh, it wasn't my phone, in it? It was my freaking pocket pancreas.
Ah, dang! You were just telling me about that.
Yeah, and then I dropped it.
Here's a little T-shirt and whatnot with a little Christian on the back. Are you okay with that?
Yeah. I was just making sure I didn't
Oh yeah.
break it.
But and as I said earlier, we have Pride merch. We have Pride Month merch. I need to figure out where to pull that up if I have it anywhere.
Do you have the website, isn't it?
I don't have the thing on me right now. But well, I mean, granted, you guys can see the Pride merch. We have Pride Month die-cut stickers, hoodies, T-shirts, and whatnot. And I will say, all of these, like all of the Pride merch, will all revenue from that will be going to the Human Rights Campaign. So yeah,
Pog?
the little Pride Month thing going on. So and I'll probably still keep the Pride stuff on, the Pride stuff on the site probably. So because why not?
Pride year.
Yeah,
Pride lifetime.
Pride every day. So yeah, guys, you can check that out. There's also a few other links on my website as well. We have. Hold on, let me just. Yeah, hold on. Yeah, there we go. We also have you have my Twitter, you have my Letterboxd, TikTok, subreddit, and whatnot. I'm kind of glancing over these right now because we gotta try to keep things going right now. But yeah, just go to ChristianHannah.com and you can find all these cool links and whatnot. That is ChristianHannah.com. And so, yeah, we have a lot of topics to talk about today.
Yeah, we do.
And the first one we're going to be talking about is I did an ancestry DNA thing or and whatnot. Like I sent my DNA in a little sample thing, and I sent it off. And today we are going to find out what makes me me.
50% boy, 50% girl.
I guess technically that would be accurate.
Nailed it. I knew I would know.
Mailed it and femaled it.
Wow. Yeah.
Exactly.
Respect.
Yeah. But yeah. And we are going to react to what my DNA results are. I have a few predictions. I'm willing, my mother was actually adopted.
Okay.
So I'm willing to bet my mother's side has some Jewish ancestry there.
Maybe. Could be. We're
Yeah.
about to find out, isn't it?
Yeah, because my dad's side of the family, I have a bit of a tan. My dad's side of the family tans a lot more than my mother's.
Could
side.
be like Italian or something, maybe.
Italian. I'm not. I honestly don't know that much about Italians and whatnot, other than. I don't know.
Pizza, spaghetti.
Mario,
It's a me. He's Japanese. Mario is made by Japanese people.
Technically, I have a Japanese brother-in-law.
Ah.
Yeah, cause I have a half sister who, granted, I haven't seen since I was a kid, a baby, actually a baby really, and she married I'm not gonna dox anyone's name, but she married a guy of Japanese descent, and so yeah, I have a Japanese brother-in-law.
It's pretty fucking cool.
It is pretty freaking cool, and so far I think he's the only non-white guy in my family I've found.
Hey.
But well, then again, we'll see what it is.
Let's see it.
Yeah, I'm going to. Let's see.
Drum roll, please.
All right, DNA matches, or let's see. I think we should probably look at.
Yeah, discover your DNA story.
Yeah, discover my DNA.
Looks like you're British, isn't it?
Let's see. Let's see. Okay, looks like I'm mostly England and Northwestern Europe. I'm 16% Irish, 11% Scottish, Wales.
7% Welsh, yeah.
Basically, I'm really, really white.
Yeah.
I'm about as white as it gets. Additional communities: North Carolina and southern Illinois settlers, Carolina border settlers. Yeah, Yeah, I get like let's see, Germanic Europe. So does that mean like I'm 3% German?
Germanic Europe, yeah, looks like it.
I'm Norwish.
Norse.
Yeah, or like so it's probably Norwegian.
Norwegian, yeah. Norse is a language. My bad.
I will say 61% English is a lot. Like that I was kind of surprised over that. Let's see. Wait.
Building the Cotton Kingdom.
Oh wait. Wait.
That's spicy.
Wait, no.
That's real spicy.
Wait,
let's
no.
keep reading though.
Oh no.
I'm interested now.
Oh, treaties, wars, and expulsions opened Indian lands for settlement. I'm pretty sure that means Native American.
Yeah, I think that's what they mean, but let's keep reading.
And thousands headed south and west to claim new acres and grow more cotton. They lived in a society where social class and position were important. At the top were the old aristocracy and
wealthy planters who lived in large plantations.
Slaveholders with 5 to 20 slaves. Some farmers and other professionals came next.
5 to 20, that's a very conservative estimate, but all right.
Some farmers and other professionals came next. The majority of Southerners were small-time farmers. Some owned a little land. Others worked as sharecroppers. Well, this took a dark turn. I mean, granted, I'm not that... I honestly shouldn't be that surprised. I mean...
Lamau.
What? What?
I said Lamau.
Lamau? What?
L-M-A-O.
Oh, okay. Oh, I mean, granted, I shouldn't be that surprised, because I think my dad did mention, like, my ancestors owned slaves, but now I have DNA proof that that's the case.
Yeah.
Oh, well, then,
I mean, it's all right as long as you're not like your ancestors.
Yeah, like I'm. That's why I'm not ashamed to talk about these things, because this is clearly my ancestors and whatnot. This was way before my time, and let's face it,
got nothing to do with you other than the.
And let's face it, most of white America at the time was still pretty racist. So
sadly.
Yeah, but yeah, let's continue reading this and whatnot. Let's see. Boop. Featured matches. You in 63 of your DNA matches, along with 14, like
1.4 million ish,
and all
1,408,448.
Yeah, I'm probably not gonna dox these people.
Let's dox all of them.
So yeah, like, man, I will say, man, like, this is. Not gonna lie, this is very boring. Like, this, like, I'm literally just. I will say. I was wrong. I don't have... Wait, other regions tested. I mean, I got... Okay. Let's see. Let's see. I think this is starting to get a little bit more broad.
Yeah, this is just telling you that I think what that's saying is just showing you all the other regions that they tested and stuff, and showing you that you didn't have any matches in them.
Oh, Yep, not at all African. Yep, just straight up white. That is all it is. So, yeah, yeah, I get, like, I will say my dad always saw, like, I guess probably incorrectly, my dad thought we were somewhat Native American in our DNA. But I mean, again, I mean, I don't think I would assume it would say that was the case if that were true, would it?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, so yep, so yeah, I guess that goes with it, people. I am very, very much like probably like a pretty big majority of myself is English. And
go get some tea and crumpets, isn't it?
Yeah, I do. And plus that probably explains why I do enjoy Hugh Laurie as an actor. But it's just like, yeah, I guess that's pretty much all. I think that's really all I can really say about my, at least when it comes to my ethnicity as a person and whatnot. I will say the other ones here, like Ireland, Scotland, they're really small, like at least relative to like England.
61%, yeah.
Yeah, sadly it's not 69.
Yeah, that would have been
That would
nice.
that would have been nice. It would have been pog. It would have been dank. It would have been cool. But yeah, guys. What makes you you? What ethnicity are you? Let me know in the comments below. And here's hoping your DNA isn't fucked up like mine.
Hope you got a 69 in there somewhere.
Hope you got a 69 in there somewhere. And if you just hope to God your ancestors weren't slave owners. That's probably a good rule of thumb.
I mean, just don't be like them. I don't really think it matters if they're
Oh
owners.
yeah. I mean, yeah. Like, don't be a slave owner. That's pretty much our general.
That's a pretty good rule to live by, I think.
Yeah, it really is. But speaking of race and whatnot, let's talk about Texas, Oklahoma, and Florida banning the critical race theory teaching in schools.
Another interesting thing that Texas has done recently, or at least Governor Abbott, he cut funding to the legislature while it was out of session, which basically just means that a bunch of like government employees and stuff are, I guess, either going to be getting paid a lot less or straight up not at all.
Are you okay?
Yeah, it makes noises.
Alrighty. But in case you guys don't really know what critical race theory is, basically what it is, and honestly, it's kind of the truth that America was kind of built on racism. It was built on, so like how I said earlier, like, slavery, plantations and whatnot, and even other measures like, taking advantage of like Chinese immigrants back in the day, and
gotta get those train tracks built somehow in it.
And yet at the same time passing laws regarding them as undesirable and whatnot. And even though all that is true, these states, Oklahoma, Florida, and Texas, are trying to bury that history, like pretty much doing the same thing what schools did with the Tulsa massacre and whatnot.
Yeah, just covering it up and pretending it doesn't even exist.
Which I find kind of hypocritical from these people, because from these government officials in these states and whatnot, because they're like, oh, we want to keep Confederate statues because history and whatnot.
Yeah, but when it comes to like actual history, see, that's the thing, because that part of history makes them uncomfortable, and it makes them look like not the good guys, and so they just don't want any of it around, which, I mean, I understand that, but that's not, history. You're supposed to learn from it, otherwise you're just gonna do it again.
I mean, yeah, that's why, even though, yeah, it was kind of weird for me to, like, read out, that my ancestors were slave owners, I'm fine with sharing that, because, that's not me. I know that, like, it wasn't me that, that owned slaves, that owned black slaves and whatnot. But in revealing that, it's also trying make sure know, like, how I describe it. It's like it shines a light to show that we should be better as people and whatnot.
Right.
And there's a quote that often people don't really know where exactly it came from, but there is a quote that still honestly does hold true, which is those who don't learn history are doomed to repeat it.
Yep.
And this is exactly what this is trying to do. And specifically, this thing says, it says specifically it forbids teachers from being compelled to teach and discuss a current event or widely debated and currently controversial issue of public policy or social affairs, specifically regarding issues surrounding race and racism in the U.S., which honestly could be really dangerous depending on who's interpreting that.
Dude, it's incredibly dangerous, period. It's literally just saying, oh, yeah, all of these things that are like actual problems, let's just not talk about them. That'll make them go away, right?
the way, and like I said, when it comes to someone interpreting this, someone could interpret this as like, yeah, we're not even going to talk about Martin Luther King Jr. and whatnot. Like, we're not going to talk about him. We're not going to talk about Rosa Parks. I mean, they already don't want to talk about Malcolm X, even though he was revolutionary in the civil rights movement, and they could use this as an excuse to not talk about
anything.
Yeah, yeah, and it's just this. This is really dangerous. It's stupid. And yeah, so Craig's sort of saying it's whitewashing history, which, yeah, that is very true. It's just, God, like, this is why I feel like laws like this really shouldn't be up to individual states, because, like, then you get, like, states like this that, you know, will decide to brainwash a segment, like, to brainwash members of their state, and this is going to cause even more tensions to rise and whatnot.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this is
gross.
It is
really gross.
It's gross, abhorrent, asinine, all those synonyms put together. But, yeah, and, you know, I'm just, it is really just, you know, it's hard to segue this into another subject, but
no, right, and I'd say I'm surprised, but, like, hearing about the states that did it, Florida, Oklahoma, Texas, very, very Republican states, have been for a long time, and honestly, like, I mean, I've been to Texas, I haven't seen too much of it, so I can't really judge the individual people of Texas, or Florida for that matter, or even Oklahoma, but, like,
the government officials there.
Yeah, I can judge them because they show their ass the entire time, and they're very... It's not even, like, racist. It's just almost like they don't even want to acknowledge they don't even want to entertain the real fact that racism and oppression based on your skin color exists. And I just don't get it.
And if I'm being honest, you know, I eventually those two things, like what you just said, and racism, eventually those two things kind of become the same thing when they go too far.
Oh yeah.
And and in my opinion, this is exactly what we're seeing right now. Just like banning the idea of critical race theory, and it's just, this is going to, like, this will never end good if this continues.
I agree.
Hopefully the federal system can eventually overturn stuff like this. I mean, because admittedly, we overall as a nation, we're getting more progressive. It's just individuals. It's also just a lot of individual states that keep trying to push us back. But hopefully things will get better from this and whatnot. On to another bit of, you know, weird news and whatnot, because luckily we're gonna save, like, you know, some of the good stuff and whatnot for a little bit later. But right now, here's another one where it's like, U.S. Catholic it says U.S. Catholic bishops advance communion document setting up potential rebuke of Biden. Pretty much this is going to be happening because, like, the at least the United States Conference of Catholic Bishops are trying to, it says, proceeding with a plan that could deny communion to public figures who support abortion rights, setting up a potential public rebuke of President Joe Biden, because Joe Biden is Catholic, but however he also, and here's the thing about, at least a cool thing I think about Biden and whatnot, he's personally not, you know, for abortion, but he still believes that people should have the right to have an abortion, which, you know, is pretty healthy. But
yeah, I mean, I'd say, my parents are Catholic. I don't really know how my dad feels about abortion, but my mom doesn't really care that much. She's like, I personally wouldn't get one because of her, you know, her beliefs and stuff, but she doesn't think that it should be illegal, or, you know, because it's, at the end of the day, you know, it's not really, it's your body, it's your choice what you do with it, you know. It is your meat. You can't... I don't agree with other people making, like, those kinds of decisions, especially because, like, when you look at it, like, the committee or whatever that's, like, in charge of really saying, like, what's readily available and legal and stuff as far as, like, contraception and abortions and birth control and stuff is a bunch of old white dudes.
Yeah.
What on earth could they possibly know more than a woman about a woman's body? But I mean, that's like a whole other can of worms. But yeah, it's kind of weird, bro. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, the one thing I'm really hoping is that this doesn't dissuade President Biden from his goal, like from his stance on abortion and whatnot. Like I'm at least hoping that he just keeps it laser focused, where it's like, yeah, I don't believe in abortion, but I'm not gonna force anyone else to do that.
I mean, I don't personally think so. I mean, I don't think this is like the first time that he's encountered like a vocal group of people that want to do whatever they can to change his mind. Then like at the end of the day, part of being president is showing that you're not going to just like bend your back for whoever puts a little bit of pressure on you. So I mean, I think he'll do the right thing and just stick to his guns.
Yeah, like I'm hoping that as well, because like, and I will say kudos to the 55 who voted against the 55 bishops who voted against this.
Yeah, I mean, it's a brave thing to do.
Yeah, because I guess like their point of view, which honestly is very adequate, is very accurate, is they're like, we don't want to. Like, the Catholic Church should really not be partisan. Like this is clearly going to end up being a political move.
Thing, yeah.
And yeah, but yeah,
it's like weird, right? Because like, for all intents and purposes, at least it seems to me, there's obviously some areas where I'm like wrong about this, like the Pledge of Allegiance, for example. But the government does its best to separate itself from any and most things related to religion and churches in general, but it doesn't seem like they're getting the same treatment in return, because if anything, the church is going out of its way to involve itself in something that's clearly a government and political issue.
Yeah, because we've seen what happens when and I'm not, and this isn't me speaking as like oh, I hate religion, like it's not even real. It's like we've seen, like you look at history, it usually doesn't go well when religious organizations are in control of the government.
Yeah, and leaves a lot of room for like nepotism and corruption, and like me neither. I went to Catholic school for a few years. I myself am not. I don't really believe in God.
I used to be a Catholic when my dad was around and whatnot, but I kind of
my parents sort of tried to raise me Catholic, but Catholic school I think was the thing that made me like realize that, hey, yeah, this God thing, not for me. But I don't try to change people's minds, and I don't tell anybody that they're wrong for believing whatever, because I really don't care. Like I don't care what you believe as far as what happens after you die or before we're born or whatever. It's not that important to me, honestly. But yeah, it's just crazy to me that that they're genuinely considering, or not even considering, it looks like moving forward with what is it that they said they're not going to allow him to take communion?
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what communion is.
Communion, yeah, that's the part of the church. It's like near the end of Mass, and it's a part of the service where you get up and you go and eat the body of Christ and drink the blood of Christ, which is just wine and crackers.
Oh yeah, we never did. Technically, I was too. I guess I was probably too.
You probably never got confirmation. You have to do like this confirmation thing, and it's basically like Sunday school. And
here's the thing. We actually did do that. We did get baptized, but for some reason we.
Yeah, I was never baptized, so I never even got the option to do. I did the communion thing once. I ate it because I was like, I wonder what it tastes like. So like.
Underage drinking.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, no, but like it really wasn't anything special. The crackers sucked. I thought they were gonna be so much better. Although, one time I went to a Lutheran church. And it was okay for me to take the communion there, I guess, because my friend Ryan just told me, yeah, anybody can eat it. And I was like, okay, great. So I ate their communion, and it was a lot better. They had actual, like, cheesy, garlic-ish bread and wine. And it was,
I've been to like 3 different kinds of churches. There was the Catholic Church, which kind of feels like this like operatic, like epic kind of feeling and whatnot.
Yeah, it's a very what's the word I'm looking for? Ritualistic kind of thing.
Yeah. And I will say the priest there was a really nice man. His name was Monsignor.
Monsignor, yeah,
Monsignor Lucena.
Yeah, I know who that is.
Yeah, he was actually
I went to St. Joe for school. That's where I went to Catholic school.
We had like Sunday school there, and like we briefly went to church there and whatnot. But like. Yeah, he was a really cool guy, and we even had him, speak at our dad's funeral and whatnot. It was pretty cool. But that's the Catholic Church. Before that we went to the Church of Nazarene, which is pretty much like typical small scale. It was in Chesapeake, Ohio.
No, I think I've driven past it, and I've seen signs for it, but I've never been.
And then there was my grandparents'. Which was a completely different experience because it was one of those churches where like the priest is screaming and his face turns around like.
Is it a Baptist church?
I don't know, and it's just I was like, this is weird.
Was he screaming about how you're all going to hell?
No, he was mainly screaming about about God and what
and the power of the Lord.
Yeah, it's like I don't know what.
Did he speak in tongues?
I don't remember. I think I only went there once. Like,
did anybody else speak in tongues? Did he like grab people and they started like shaking and speaking?
I don't think it ever went like that. I think it was just like he was just passionate about like and just screaming. But it's weird going from like the big epic operatic
power of God.
Yeah, the big operatic Catholic Church, the Church of Nazarene, which was very small scale, calm and whatnot, and then the I'm guessing Baptist church where the guy was screaming his head off.
No, I don't. It might not have been a Baptist church. Baptist church. You'll know it's a Baptist church because like every 5th word out of the dude's mouth is just going to be hell because Baptist it's all about how you're going to hell and everything you do is wrong. I
don't remember that. All I thought is I thought he was angry. I thought he was having a bad day when I was a kid. But
yeah, but I mean, if he was just talking about the power of the Lord, it probably wasn't a Baptist church. I don't know what the hell kind of church that was, but
yeah. Did you ever actually see this Expedition Unknown thing on where it's called like Search for the Afterlife?
I've seen it pop up and I haven't watched it. But
it's really like Josh. It's pretty much like a way of like how not only is it like an examination, like him going around looking at different churches and whatnot. Like he goes like the Catholic church. There's like this one what is it called? Like with it's the churches that Black people usually go to and they sing and they're like really happy and whatnot.
I know what you're talking about. I don't know what it's called.
I don't know what exactly it's called, but it just looks like an
experience. I've been to one of those. Yeah, those are cool.
Yeah, it just looks like an experience. And he also, participated in Ramadan, like the Muslim, which is like a Muslim thing. It was really cool, like seeing him going around like these different parts of the world and exploring different religions and whatnot.
Sounds neat. I'll definitely give it a watch.
Yeah, but regardless, I hope this doesn't move much further and whatnot. And at the very least, I'm just hoping this doesn't change Biden's mind on his stances on abortion and whatnot because
I doubt it. But yeah, same.
But because hey, it's a woman's body, woman's choice. But yeah, all right,
agreed.
But on a lighter subject. As we said, it's Juneteenth.
Happy Juneteenth, Freedom Day.
Yeah.
Today in 1865, the word got out west.
Oh yeah, that slavery was illegal and whatnot. And what better way to spend Juneteenth than with your really white friend?
Oh
on this
yeah,
podcast?
Dude, it's the best. It's the best way to spend Juneteenth, bro.
Exactly.
Get the word out there.
Especially now we've just confirmed that I'm extremely white.
You're incredibly white.
But yeah, funny thing, I didn't even know what Juneteenth was until last Juneteenth. Because
it's definitely been kind of a slept-on holiday. I mean, I knew about it I'm pretty sure I learned about it in school. But yeah, I mean, not you'd be surprised. Quite a large amount of people probably don't remember about it being Juneteenth or really know what it is because. Probably, especially around here, they gloss over that in social studies and stuff like that.
Yeah, they barely talk about race and whatnot in school.
Yeah,
at least
I know.
around here. But the weird thing I found is that the passing of the bill unanimously passed the Senate, and only 10 House of Representatives voted against it.
Yeah, well, they just fought a whole goddamn war over it. Who the heck was gonna be like, you know what? No.
I mean, I'd expect that from Mitch McConnell or Ted Cruz. I mean, or the theory I have, I don't know, maybe it's a bad theory, but like a theory I have over like maybe why a lot of like the hardcore Republican senators and whatnot, maybe why they pass it, because it's like, oh yeah, see, racism is over, like, or
Well, no, I mean the Republicans were the ones that wanted it in the first place. You gotta remember that like parties are a very shifting thing. The Republicans from 1864 are not the same Republicans.
well, yeah, that's exactly my point.
Democrats were the ones that
yeah.
wanted slavery. And
Well,
wanted to
that's
keep
what.
it.
Yeah, that's kind of going to my point where it's like, because again, the like it's hard to, my brain is going fried right now, but regardless, yeah, now that I think this is like the first like federal holiday to be established in like decades. I think I don't know when the last one was.
Yeah, and it's kind of surprising to me that it took like this long. But yeah, it's pretty cool. It's a good day.
Yeah. And yeah, like I said, right today is Juneteenth, and it's all cool and whatnot. So happy Juneteenth to all you people.
Merry Juneteenth.
Yes, man, I'm so bad at segues. Also, this is hopefully a bit of good news, even though I doubt this will ever pass and whatnot.
It might.
Maybe.
Let's hope.
Depending on exactly how many votes this would need to pass and whatnot. But yeah, the Democrats, including Representative Bonnie Watson Coleman. Wait, actually, who exactly is? Representative Cori Bush and Bonnie Watson Coleman are attempting to undo the Drug Policy Reform Act, which is pretty much, it would pretty much decriminalize drugs, expunge existing records, and allow for resentencing, and invest in health-centered measures to take on drug addiction. Basically, what this is trying to do is it's pretty much trying to help people who are addicted to drugs instead of just putting them away.
Yeah, imagine actually treating the disease instead of just trying to treat the symptoms of...
Or like putting away the symptoms, really.
Yeah, not even really trying to treat them, just locking them up with rapists and murderers and calling it a day.
And like we said, last podcast, like depending on how much you have, you can get more time in jail for being, a weed dealer or whatever, than being a child molester or a murderer. And
chomos, which is slang for child molesters, get treated so much worse in prison than a pot dealer ever could. Like, there's this guy on YouTube who has, you might have heard of him. His YouTube channel is pretty big and it's pretty cool. His name is Larry Lawton, and he tells about his experience in prison from 1996 to 2007. And like, how like maybe you've seen on TV or something how like, they beat up like child predators and people that hurt old people and stuff. Well, that's real. They really do mess those guys up. Like, not even a joke, but it's just such a insane idea to me that for selling a literal plant, and like, yeah, I understand, like it's a narcotic, but it's only a narcotic because the government says it is, and
we'll actually be discussing that here in a bit regarding that.
Right, but like, you can get more time for that than you could get for actually exposing yourself or doing any harm to children, and that just to me is. It's horrible. Lunacy. It's lunacy.
And the thing is, like, weed isn't even really that bad. Granted,
nah, I mean, from experience, bro, I think it's pretty good
in legal states.
Yeah, for sure.
In legal states, but again, that's probably the only reason why I haven't done any. Why I haven't done the weeds today, because in West Virginia it's illegal and whatnot.
Yeah, bro. Well, like I told you, dude, you got to come visit me in Michigan sometime when I get back to school up there.
Perhaps. And the funny thing is, and also this would also do a lot of help towards like Black and Latino communities, because they're, even though they would even though they smoke weed just as often as white people, they're more likely to get arrested.
Yeah, it's because they're targeted and stuff. And like, you know, if you've ever heard of like the crack epidemic in the 80s, like ultimately crack and stuff came to very, very much affect white communities terribly. But if you look back to like 1984 and 5 and onwards, most of the people actually being targeted and arrested for possession or sale of crack were colored individuals, and it was 100% because the police were focusing on the minority neighborhoods. They knew what they were looking for, and that's all you really got to say about it. But I mean, this is cool that they're looking to finally call it quits on the failure that is the war on drugs, because like, I don't even understand. Like, why would you be proud of the fact that you are waging a war on drugs? Like, just think about what that means. That means that A, you're fighting a war with not humans, and B, you're not winning. You haven't already won.
It's literally been a complete failure,
dude. And like the amount of money that they've thrown away in like a bunch of shady operations across country lines, like in Mexico and stuff, and then even back here with just how dog shit they've treated anyone that they've suspected of having a morsel of anything. It's just a ridiculous failure. If anything, it's probably been at least partially part of the reason why you have had such friction between law enforcement and colored communities. I'm not blaming it entirely on that, but it's definitely, I think, it's definitely helping.
It's a factor. Yeah. It's a significant factor. And here's the thing: it actually, like, one of the guys over, like, who worked with Nixon and whatnot, basically there was a guy like John L.
Oh yeah, I remember. I think was this the time where he was like, we should just legalize all this stuff, and then Nixon was like, no, because then we can't arrest black people.
Well, here's the thing. I'll get to that. It says in 1994, like the Watergate conspirator unlocked for me one of the great mysteries of modern American history. How did the United States entangle itself in a policy of drug prohibition that has yielded so much misery and so few good results? And basically, it comes down to this big quote right here. It's a long quote, but let me read it. The Nixon campaign, this is what he said. Actually, he said, well, okay, well, I think the question...
Here, I can read it. Wait, where is it at?
At
the time, I was writing a book about the politics of drug prohibition. I started to ask Elrichman a series of earnest, wonky questions that he impatiently waved away. You want to know what this was really all about? He asked with the bluntness of a man who, after public disgrace and a stretch of federal prison, had little left to protect. The Nixon campaign in 1968 and the Nixon White House after that had two enemies, the anti-war left and black people. You understand what I'm saying? We knew we couldn't make it illegal to be either against the war or black, but by getting the public to associate the hippies with marijuana and blacks with heroin, and then criminalizing both heavily, we could disrupt those communities. We could arrest their leaders, raid their homes, break up their meetings, and vilify them night after night on the evening news. Did we know we were lying about the drugs? Of course we did.
Yeah. He said that, like, it's like the whole war on drugs was entirely about race.
No, not only that, like, if you look deeper into it, like crack and coke, like the CIA, and you can actually Google about this on the internet, was a large part of the reason why that stuff even made it over here in the first place, and why it made it to where it made it. Because of exactly that. They can't just make legislation making it illegal to be against war or black. So they have to have something that they can use to disrupt their gatherings and raid their homes and arrest their leaders, dude. I mean, that's it, yeah.
But here's the question. Do you think this bill would pass? Like, the bill to end the war on drugs for once and for all?
See, the optimist in me wants to say yes, but at the same time, I know that because it's being wanting to be passed by Democrats, a lot of Republicans are going to be against it just for that, regardless of what it actually does. But at the same time, I want to say yes, because I want to say that they'd both be able to come to look at the very obvious facts that would lead any reasonable person to the conclusion to call the war on drugs a literal failure from the get-go. There wasn't a single day in the existence of the DPRA or whatever it was where it was an effective piece of policy that helped anybody.
And to be fair, it wasn't even just the Republicans who were responsible for this. Like Bill Clinton famously said, one strike and you're out, and which that is probably one of the biggest criticisms I have over.
You know what else he famously said? I smoked marijuana in college.
Wait.
I put it on my mouth, but I did not inhale.
Wait a minute. So wait.
But he did not inhale.
But
he did not inhale.
And so yeah, but like I said, to anyone out there who's like, oh man, the liberal cucks are gonna talk to us about how bad the Republicans are. There are quite a few big Democrats were responsible for this too.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
But yeah, like that Clinton, that was one of the biggest fuck ups with Clinton, and I think
other than fucking Monica Lewinsky, yes.
Yeah, it's I think even Joe Biden, I think he was for this legislation back in the day, but
didn't he come out recently saying that he was
he said that was
wary on even the legalization of pot.
No, I think it was one of those things where he did say back in the day, but he's become a lot more lenient on that now. I think he even said regarding the war on drugs, which I think back in the day he supported. He was like, "Look, I'm not gonna lie, that was a mistake that we never should have made, and I want to try to reverse that."
Good. Yeah, I agree. It's it literally hasn't helped a single person with anything.
If anything,
unless
it's just made
you work for the DEA.
If anything, it's just made drug use worse.
Yeah,
it's just increased.
No, yeah, because it's like with the cookie jar. If you don't tell the child not to take the cookie out of the cookie jar, he probably won't even think to do it in the first place.
Not to mention that, it's also when people who were arrested for drug crimes are released, they can't get a job,
so what do? They're going to sling dope and sell drugs,
and they're going to relapse. They're going to relapse.
They're going to relapse into prison. Yeah,
and it's just if we give people who have addictions like this, resources and help, and I think also just
because you're absolutely, it's kind of fucked, right? Because you go to prison for 10 years or whatever for selling whatever, and 10 years, right? And you get out, and then they send you to a halfway house, and there you're supposed to pick up skills and stuff to reintegrate into society. Does that happen? No, because they don't have actual staff that really know what they're doing in all of them. I'm sure some of them probably do, but there are also a lot of stories about really bad ones that don't. So these people don't get help with anything. They don't get help with dealing with an addiction or finding a job or getting skills to do either of those things.
Or depending on where you or depending on what state you live in, you can't vote.
Yep.
And once again,
I'm pretty sure this is one of them.
And kind of going back to what the points we made earlier, this has a lot of effect on minorities as well.
Yep.
And ultimately,
considering how disproportionately they're targeted for drug crimes and incarcerated compared to non-minorities.
Yeah. So if this does because the theory I have is that if it has to be a 2/3 vote, I feel like this would be kind of hard to pass. But if it does have to be if it is a simple majority, I think it has way stronger chances. That is depending on if Joe Manchin decides to not have his foot up his ass about this. Hopefully,
considering an absolute freaking idiot.
Especially considering how bad, they literally made a.
Hey, I wanna protect voting rights by preventing this voting right legislation from getting passed. That's big brain. That's galaxy brain right there.
Big wrinkle brain.
That's so galaxy brain. So big, so smooth. I don't even understand.
Oh yes, and it's just it's just hell. West Virginia's opioid crisis was so bad. There was actually literally a Netflix documentary called Heroin.
I remember Heroin. Yeah, I saw it.
Oh yeah, not only did it come out, it was nominated for an Oscar for best documentary short. And it was really good.
My dad used to work at Charleston Area Medical Center. I'm pretty sure he was working there that day that we had like, what was it, like 27 overdoses in less than 24 hours. And to say that West Virginia as a whole has an opioid problem would be putting it lightly.
Specifically Huntington, really.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, I'm hoping this bill can become a reality in law. This would help a lot with what's going on I'm wondering if hopefully we can make some of these, like, actually, would this mean that, like, if this were to pass, weed would be legalized? Or
well, it wouldn't be legalized, but it would be if what I'm understanding, it would be taken off of the drug scheduling, which would just decriminalize it. I think after that point, it would be up to states individually what they want or don't want to do with pot. But at that point, the entities like the FBI and the DEA could no longer do anything about marijuana because it's not a scheduled narcotic. It's not something that is on their plate to worry about.
So at the very least, you wouldn't get as bad, jail time.
Not only that, but like look at it like this too. I think that with that also, in states where it is recreationally legal, where you have like businesses, right, that deal in marijuana, now they can pay taxes and stuff to the IRS, and they don't have to deal in only cash and stuff because they can't, notify the IRS that they are in fact selling marijuana. And
honestly, overall, I think it would just be good for the economy and whatnot. Like, because coal is not really a good option now. So
it's not a good option. Period. It wasn't a good option when they picked it. It's literally going to run out at some point. That's like the worst possible thing you could pick to bank your anything on.
But imagine West Virginia being the weed state, growing weed.
Yeah, there's I think it'd be pretty good. There's a lot of outdoors here. You can get I'm sure that if weed was legalized here, it would definitely take off. To be completely fair with you, there's like Jack Dick to do in West Virginia, and Dick just left town. So did Jack.
So there's just nothing.
Yeah, dude. But like, it's I think they definitely have a good market for it out here. People smoke it anyways out here. At this point, you're just missing out on tax dollars that you could be making.
Yeah, exactly. And that's probably that's pretty much all I have to say about this. I'm hoping it passes, and so
me too.
Yeah. And here's another possible bit of good news.
Give me my fucking tutors.
Yeah, if you guys remember, we were talking.
Give me my fucking tutors.
If you recognize this fella right here, we've been talking about him on the podcast a lot.
That's Jim fucking Tutors Justice.
Yeah, Tutors Justice. It's like
Jim, the get me my fucking tutors guy Justice.
Yeah, he's our governor, and he is just he's an embarrassment to our state. He recently signed.
You forgot to sing the anthem to our beautiful governor.
Give me my fucking tutors.
Give me my fucking tutors.
Give me my motherfucking tutors today.
We got it. There we go.
Basically, and he passed some anti-transgender laws, including things like banning transgender athletes from competing. Which, again, if you read the science and whatnot, you'll see that that it's way more complicated than he's making it out to be, and it's not.
Dude, really... It always literally is. It's just that his brain is sludge. His
brain is like a biscuit.
It's literally all he ever constantly thinks about is tutors. Every time, like, he gets up and he goes to like these big like Congress meetings or whatever, and he's sitting there just thinking, man, what can I say to end this? I just want to go get tutors. It's about to be 2:30. They are about to close tutors. I need to either delegate this task to somebody to go and get me my fucking tutors, or I need to fart and excuse myself and go get my tutors. That's all he thinks about.
What fart?
Because then he just leaves, and that's what he does. I'm not Jim Justice That's all he thinks about. Tutors.
Yeah, this guy looks like...
Does that look like a face that's not thinking about tutors to you right now?
It's definitely a face that looks like he eats nothing but tutors.
It looks like he was literally born eating tutors.
His parents were tutors biscuits, like just a couple biscuits made love.
They friggin' smashed them together, and then he just popped up from the like mush of leftover cold biscuit that was on the floor.
Oh my god!
Like you can tell because like if you look at his hair, you can tell that's like the
gravy
floor gunk. There's gunk that was on the floor that got into the biscuit. There's so much of cat hairs and stuff, and that's what he's rocking now.
Yeah, but the reason why we're talking about him and whatnot is because the U.S. Department of Justice on Thursday challenged bans involving transgender people that target athletes in West Virginia and children in Arkansas, slamming them as violations of federal law. There's a lot over here and whatnot, but basically, these they're filing statements of interest in lawsuits that seek to overturn new laws in those states. In West Virginia, a law prohibits transgender athletes from competing in female sports, and Arkansas became the first state to ban gender-conforming treatments or surgery of transgender youth, which it's way more complicated than just like I literally had to break away from a friend who believed oh man minor children shouldn't be transgender and whatnot, and it's just
okay, but it's like that they don't understand that like that literally nobody is like they just really miss the point. They hear the word children and they're like, oh, I think of like a 5 and a 6-year-old and stuff, and I'm just like, no, that's.
And even that's way more complicated than it's making out to be.
Because
the guy I was friends with, and I'm not anymore. He said I don't want to support. I don't think children should be cutting their dicks off or harming themselves. I'm just like, no, that's not how it works.
That's not what they're doing.
It's like it's really, but the thing is, like, it's a lot more complicated than that. It's like it's not as black and white as he's making it out to be.
This isn't even that. It's just that like what he's saying has nothing to do with any of the. Anything. It's a red herring. He just throws it out there to get people to agree with him because it sounds egregious and terrible, and it turns your brain off. It literally sends you in to don't think mode because you hear something terrible and you're like, yeah, no, I couldn't possibly support that, not realizing that it literally has nothing to do with anything regarding transgender, anything at all.
Yeah, and I think one time it's just But like I said, hold on, it says the DOJ, the Department of Justice said the laws in both states violate the Equal Protection Clause of the 14th Amendment. It also said that the West Virginia law violates Title IX. I'm not exact. 9. Yeah. All right, which prohibits discrimination on the basis of sex in any education program or activity receiving federal funds. And in the third case, West Virginia's Supreme Court on Thursday reinstated a lawsuit filed on behalf of a transgender male student who said an assistant principal harassed him when he tried to use the boys' bathroom. And I'm hoping the DOJ, goes through with their lawsuit and whatnot, trying to overturn this, because I just find it weird that this is Jim Justice's big agenda, not trying to fix our problems regarding jobs or drugs.
Anything. Have you seen the fact that they're taking 5 years to do whatever to Interstate 64? Jim Justice is just worried about wasting resources and time. He doesn't want to do anything.
Which ironically, he is wasting time.
Yeah, I mean, it's his goal. He doesn't want to do anything important for the state. If he did, we would have been out of the shitty situation that we've been in a while ago. Everyone is leaving West Virginia, and it's because it's not a nice place to be. It's a very kind of backwards place to be, especially if you judge it relative to our elected officials, because they're a bunch of boomers that are just so dumb. Their brains have turned into putty, and they don't.
Their brains have turned into Tudor's biscuit.
World biscuit grease.
Yeah, gravy.
That's
gravy.
it. That's it, dude. And they don't. I don't even understand, dude. I really don't. I don't want to understand.
Again, I'm just hoping. Again, do you have hope? Do you think this will eventually go through and whatnot? That we will see these laws overturned?
I don't know. I mean, I guess it depends on what the Department of Justice is exactly planning to do about it, and how much they're planning to if they're gonna keep dogging them about it. I think if they do, then yes. But
Yeah, because they did say that the department filed, like I said, filed statements of interest in lawsuits to seek to overturn new laws in those states.
Yeah, but it just, I guess it's a question of how much they're willing to throw at those lawsuits and stuff like that.
Hopefully they go way further with this. Because like, it's just like, how do I describe it? It's just like,
it's annoying, honestly.
yeah, it's annoying. This is just, it's ass backwards. Like this whole thing that Jim Justice is trying to do and whatnot. Like, it's just, like, I had a point I was trying to make, but I forgot. Like,
just give me my fucking tutors.
Give me my fucking tutors. But yeah, it's just like that. Like, I mean, yeah, this is exactly why a lot of young people are leaving. It's just like there's there's nothing for them here. Obviously, the government officials don't care about them. So it's like what do you expect?
Yeah.
Yeah. Here's hoping this is this is successful and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But a little bit another light subject to one. Speaking of the LGBTQ plus community, there's a movie we've talked about quite a bit and whatnot that we really love, and I didn't see it in the theater, although I did see it like on streaming and whatnot, and eventually bought it on 4K, and. It's this movie called Moonlight. It won Best Picture at the Oscars that year, beating La La Land in an infamous, mishap over the envelope and whatnot. And Moonlight is a movie directed by Barry Jenkins, and it tells the story of this kid named Chiron, and going through the three most important parts of his life as a child, as a teenager, and as an adult. He starts to discover himself and whatnot. And there's a bunch of themes that this movie has, like not even just regarding first of all, what are your thoughts on general thoughts on Moonlight?
It's honestly one of my favorite movies that I've ever seen.
Wow, really?
Yeah, it tackles a lot of important things, like what it means to be a black man today. Or well, today-ish, because it's very contemporary, but I don't really think they ever really define a year for when it takes place. But in society and like growing up and stuff like that, it's at least for me very relatable. There are a lot of like experiences and stuff in that movie that I myself had like brushes with growing up and stuff that really just make me get completely captivated and lost in the film. Also, Mahershala Ali, he to me is one of the greatest parts of the movie. His performance is just absolutely incredible. He completely nails this sort of role of like, and I don't want to get too much into it because you just told me to do a brief summary, but his role as kind of like a father figure is really well done.
Yeah, we'll talk. Yeah, we're gonna be talking about like the individual aspects of the film as well.
But the performances in it are incredible. I don't think there's a single actor in there that I can point out that gives out a not just completely
phenomenal performance.
Yeah, everyone, no matter how small their role is, really comes in and gives their all, and you can really tell. I really like the movie. I think it's a very important movie. It talks about a lot of important subjects, and I think adds a lot of very interesting things to the conversation of the questions that it brushes.
Yeah, Moonlight. It's definitely one of my favorite movies of the 2010s decade. Probably in my top 5, probably maybe top 4, maybe. When I heard about Moonlight, it was getting all this praise. And I was like, okay, I'm really interested in seeing this because here's the thing. There's another movie that also talked about also showed the life of a kid growing up. I don't have an image of it.
Boyhood.
Yeah, Boyhood. I don't have an image of it right here, but there was a movie called Boyhood, and I'm not gonna lie, I really did not like Boyhood.
I still don't think I've seen Boyhood. I know what it is.
I thought we did in the previous podcast. You said
you're right. I have. Yeah. That's right, because you recommended it to me once, and I was like, yeah, they took like years to do it, and I did end up seeing it, and yeah, you're kind of right. It wasn't like bad, but it was definitely disappointing for the scope that I thought that they had to work with.
Oh, well, I mean, I'm glad you thought. Well, you're being nice because I actually did. I mean, and again, this is just my opinion. It's my. I thought it was really bad.
I thought it was really bad. Yeah.
Like here's the thing: performances in the film were phenomenal. It was and trying to film a movie over 12 years was great.
Yeah.
But however, here I had quite a few issues in the movie. For one, it always forced in when exactly a scene takes place.
Yeah.
Like, there's, like, this one girl who's like, we're all in this together. I'm like, oh, my God. Like, yes, it's high school music. Like, and there's another kid. Like, there's another scene where, like, the lead character's kid. The lead character who, is, like, a teenager, he says. And obviously it's 2008 because it's, like, she didn't even like she didn't even like the 3 best movies of the summer. Dark Knight, Tropic Thunder, and Pineapple Express. I'm just like, I get it. It's 2008.
It's 2008. Yeah, those sort of references did I guess feel kind of forced. I definitely was not was captivated by the performances in the movie. But yeah, I can definitely agree with that.
And another issue I had with the movie is that it pandered. Not pandered. No, it like the run. Like, how do I describe it? The film doesn't go anywhere. Like,
it
drags. It explores every single aspect of this kid's life as he's growing up, and that's just it. It's just even the more there's even this one character who appears in the movie, and then it was a stepdad. A stepdad appears in the movie,
right?
And then they just, eventually they just go away, and he's like never seen again. It's like,
yep.
What was the point in that? The thing I noticed, especially when rewatching Moonlight, not only does other than a cell phone, which really that's not even that important. Moonlight feels timeless.
Yeah.
Even again, there's a cell phone, but really it's not shoving your face.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of trying to say earlier. It's contemporary.
Like any generation could relate to this, and not only that. Again, another thing I realized when watching this movie, it never wastes time. It gets straight. It only focuses on the 3 most important parts of Chiron's life, and even little things that you don't think are important are very important to the film.
Mm-hmm.
It never wastes it doesn't waste any screen time at all, unlike Boyhood, which again, like I said, just really just focused on every single detail, where it's like, no, you don't need to go into every single detail involving a person's life, because let's face it, life is boring. It only focuses on Chiron's 3 biggest turning points growing up.
Mm-hmm.
And another thing I noticed about this film that it definitely tackles is, the themes of toxic masculinity.
Yes, yeah.
Because,
it's a very good one, yeah.
When you usually see, big, black drug dealers in movies, what are they? They're usually, big, mean,
big, mean, they got the chain and shit.
But Mahershala Ali, Mahershala Ali's character, even though he is a drug dealer, he's very nice.
And reserved, yeah.
He's very nice, calm, collective, is willing to, buy food for this kid, let him stay at his house when he's...
Doesn't even know who he is.
And it's just he's just a good guy. Mm-hmm. Honestly, Mahershala Ali's character is honestly the father I wish I had growing up.
No, yeah, and he's not even the kid's dad. He doesn't really owe him anything, but he's definitely a strong.
He's just a good
father figure, and that's what one thing that I really really enjoyed about his performance was just because I sat there thinking the same thing. I was like, damn, I wish I would have had someone like that growing up for sure. But he did a very fantastic job because He definitely had the bark, because as a person, I would say he, in the movie at least, he did look like sort of an intimidating guy, but he didn't just go around screaming at everybody and picking fights with people and stuff.
And even then, really, the only time he does scream is when he finds his mom,
smoking crack in the car.
He's like, "What are you doing? You have a son, and he's at home alone." And he's like. Let's talk about Naomi Harris as his mom.
Yeah, she made me cry at one point.
She's probably like the last time we see her is when
that was it. Yep.
But for the most part in this movie, honestly, I don't think it was necessarily this bad, but she kind of reminded me of my mother, where there was a point in my life where my mother was addicted to drugs and whatnot. Mm-hmm. Funny enough, just by the end of this movie, she got clean. She got clean. She's doing well now. And whatnot.
That's good.
Yeah, it is good. But it was kind of scary, just kind of seeing. Again, not as not as aggressive and whatnot, but the mother in this movie's bad with money. Like she's addicted to drugs and whatnot.
No, yeah, and to me it really kind of impressed upon me how like those kinds of drugs, like crack, meth, heroin, they take you to the deepest parts of yourself, and sometimes you don't come back. In fact, a lot of the times those drugs end up killing you before you're able to get over them. But even if that's not the case, it's gonna be a hard road ahead of you, and you're gonna have to live with the fact that you probably fucked over any semblance of a relationship that you possibly had with anybody at any point, and it was 100% because you were not yourself. You were in the grips of a pretty something that's just really, really hard to get out of.
Yeah, and again, the final scene with Naomi Harris, like that again, yeah,
so
that
powerful.
It made me tear up as well, because it's like, man, and it's such a great arc for that character too. It's probably almost the best case scenario.
Yeah, really, because because I honestly wasn't expecting to really see his mom again after he was a teenager. I just kind of expected her to either be dead or gone. But the last interaction they had was really the best case scenario, because she finally got to lay everything on the table, got clean and sort of came, she didn't try to front to her son and say I wasn't that bad. She told him how it was. I wasn't a good mom.
Like, I fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
I like. And probably the most powerful thing, she was like, "You don't gotta love me,
mm-hmm.
but because I didn't do anything to deserve your love.
Yep.
But know that I love you." I'm getting chills. I'm getting goosebumps already.
That's the point where I started crying every time I watch that movie. I'm like, okay, this scene is coming, and this time you're not gonna cry. But that's never the case.
It's
never the case.
It was one of the best scenes of the film, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, I agree.
And funny enough, another part of the movie that did also make me tear up, and I don't know why, but it was the beach scene.
Yeah, no, yeah, I can understand that.
It was a very beautiful scene and whatnot.
Yeah, but it was also so brief, because it
was
especially but I'm saying regarding their interactions afterwards and stuff, it just really made me feel for Tyrone. Chiron, yeah, my bad. I do that every time, but yeah, it made me feel for Black, bro.
Oh yeah, that's another thing he went by when he got older.
Yeah,
and funny, I also kind of realized this. They foreshadow in each previous sequence, they foreshadow what his nickname will be, what name will.
Well, yeah, I mean originally it was Little, yeah, but then in high school he started getting called Black by the guy that did the thing at the beach.
Yeah, because they foreshadow Chiron and whatnot later for the middle part. Yeah. But again, everyone kind of calls him Little. But then because we mostly spend time with Herschel Ali's character and whatnot. But then when we get to the middle part where everyone calls him Chiron, again, like you said, the one of the characters in the movie, nicknames him Black. And that foreshadows what his name will be in the future. And it's just little things like that. Again, things you don't think will be important end up being important.
Exactly.
And yeah, some of the technical aspects of the film, like for example, the cinematography is beautiful.
Oh yeah.
Especially the last shot where I'm not gonna say what it was, but again, the last shot involves a beach, and that, again, it's so... I think it lost Best Cinematography to La La Land, which I need to rewatch La La Land. I'm not sure whether I would give it to La La Land or Moonlight.
I did think the cinematography in La La Land was neat, but I think, me personally, Moonlight just affected me more. I think they used their camera and tricks more effectively. And Kevin, that's his name.
Yeah, Kevin.
But I really like the Jerome, I think, isn't it the dude that played him in high school? I really like
Jarrell Jerome. I think it like
that's
yeah. I'm pulling up it on Wikipedia now because yeah, it was Jarrell Jerome played teenage Kevin.
Yeah. And then I know who played grown up Kevin, Andre Holland, because he is one of my favorite actors. I like him a lot.
I've only seen him in Moonlight. What else was he? I could probably just pull up.
He did the other thing that I've seen him in that I thought he was really good in. He did this Hulu TV series for Stephen King book called just when I need it, I don't remember it. Here, hang on.
Oh wait, he was in Selma.
Selma, yeah, that too.
As Andrew
Selma,
Young.
yep, that too.
Oh, he was in A Wrinkle in Time. Ugh.
I haven't. Castle Rock was the name of the other thing I've seen.
Castle Rock.
I haven't seen A Wrinkle in Time. He was also in 42.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen 42.
It's pretty good.
I mean, it's definitely got Chadwick Boseman it got Chadwick Boseman almost putting him in the spotlight and whatnot. Looks like this guy's gonna be big.
A phone call.
Oh yeah. Hold on. We'll be back after these short messages. And we're back. But yeah, Andre Holland is apparently he was also in that Jurassic World short film Battle of Big Rock.
I haven't seen that.
Oh wait, I thought you did because we did a podcast. We talked about that on the podcast.
Yeah, no, you're right. Nah, I was
it's Jurassic World.
No, yeah, I mean honestly, I like to not think about Jurassic World as much as I can, but you're absolutely right. I'm pretty sure I have seen it.
Yeah, let's see. It was nominated for Best Original Score, but it lost that to La La Land. Although, I do love
City of Stars.
Yeah, although I will say I do love that track in Moonlight where it's like boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
I think it's called The Middle of the World. That is a great score.
I think I have that on my phone. Yeah, it's pretty
same. Good. It lost cinematography to La La Land. I think it lost. It lost film editing. Let me look to see what beat it for film editing. It lost film editing to Hacksaw Ridge.
Ah.
Yeah, I have
Hacksaw Ridge. Was that the one with Andrew Garfield? Yeah, I saw that one.
Yeah, I really liked that movie, but
me too.
Although I need to remember, I still think I might give that to either Moonlight or La La Land because Moonlight, it did a great job with editing, helping the editing tell the story, but it's also but then again with La La Land, it's also that movie also had to edit musical sequences, and that's I don't know. Let's see. It was nominated for Best Supporting Actress, Naomi Harris, but she lost to Viola Davis for Fences.
That was the one with Denzel Washington, wasn't it? Yeah.
It won Best Adapted Screenplay, which, funny enough, it won Best Adapted Screenplay at the Oscars, but I think it either won or was nominated for Best Original Screenplay at the Writers Guild of America Awards.
How the fuck does that work?
Because the play it was based on, Black Boys Glow Blue and Moonlight.
Right.
It was never. It was written as a play, but they didn't go forward with the play and whatnot. So.
Oh, okay.
But although I'd still probably say it still counts as an adapted screenplay, even because it's still the movie script had to come from somewhere. But yeah. It won Mahershala Ali won Best Supporting Actor. Barry Jenkins lost Best Director to Damien Chazelle for La La Land, and ultimately it won Best Picture. But yeah, I love Moonlight. Moonlight is phenomenal.
I agree.
It again, like I said, it never wastes any time. It just gets straight to the point. It covers just so many great themes, whether it's sexuality or toxic masculinity or drugs and whatnot, or being black. It's just there's so many themes going on at once, and yet never does it get lost in itself.
Yeah, and it doesn't really leave any loose ends either, which is also fairly impressive.
Yeah, and I gotta say, I'm excited to see where Barry Jenkins goes, because he also directed If Beale Street Could Talk, which I didn't think it was as great as Moonlight, but I still really liked it. And funny enough, he's actually going to be directing a story. I don't know if it's I don't know if it's a prequel or a sequel, but he's going to be directing the next Lion King film.
Oh.
Yeah, cause like apparently it's being described as like this is gonna be a follow up to the Jon Favreau one, the one that came out a couple of years ago, and he said it's gonna be like this this like Godfather 2 kind of thing where it's like, or at least that's what the reports say, where it's gonna be like following what happened after the Lion King, but also simultaneously being a prequel revolving around Mufasa and Scar.
I see.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm fascinated to see what Barry Jenkins does with that.
And Sam.
Yeah, so I'm excited to see where he goes, and yeah, like I said, those are our thoughts on Moonlight. In my opinion, one of the best films to come out in the past decade. It's just fantastic in every sense. And we also saw another movie this weekend. It went straight to streaming, called
Fish Boy.
Luca. It's about like I think it involves
a prequel to Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
It's also a prequel to Shark Tale.
Yeah, it's actually like The Godfather Part 2 in the sense that it's a sequel to Shark Tale, but at the same time simultaneously a prequel to Shark Tale.
You're comparing Godfather Part 2 to Shark Tale. Like,
you're just working at the car wash. Whoa, working at the car wash, yeah.
When I was a little kid, when I saw like commercials of that and the McDonald's toys, I thought it looked like because like it came out literally the year after Finding Nemo. And I was like, man, this feels like an off-brand Finding Nemo. And then when I was like a teenager, when I liked every movie that had an actor I like, I liked Shark Tale when I saw it, but then looking back at Shark Tale, I'm like, man, no, this is actually probably one of DreamWorks.
It's garbage.
It's pretty bad.
Actual garbage.
It's pretty bad.
Tastes like chicken. It's fucking trash movie.
I thought I was your financial advisor.
It's a freaking trash movie. The fucking jellyfish.
Oh my god! It's like this has nothing to do with that. This is Pixar's newest film about a couple of or sea monster boys who.
It's definitely slightly better than Shark Tale.
Yeah, slightly better than Shark. This takes place in Italy, I think, and these sea creatures have the ability to turn into humans, or at least appear human when they go onto land. They have to kind of hide themselves, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't really like. This movie didn't really give it. First, I'll say this. Like, I wasn't that excited for this movie because I was like. When I saw the trailers, I was like, I don't know if this is really gonna. I wasn't really excited for this as much as I was for like Soul or whatnot, because like
my girlfriend got me pretty hyped for it. I was pretty excited for it and ultimately disappointed by it, but
yeah, like
still gonna watch it with her, I guess.
Like how do I describe it? It's like what, especially coming out of Luca. I question why this was Pixar's follow up to Soul. It's like that same feeling like when they released Cars 2 right after Toy Story 3 or The Good Dinosaur after Inside Out.
Did the same company make this?
It's like visually, it's an interesting visual choice.
Yeah,
like,
I think it looks pretty. I think it looks pretty, but I think it does fall short in the writing department.
And talking about the animation, it's like this. Like the designs of the characters almost kind of look like they're from Aardman Animation, like the same people who did like Wallace and Gromit.
Yeah. Actually, I was about to say that. Actually, I was getting that same kind of vibe, not only from the trailers but the movie itself. Yeah, the more I looked at it, I was just like, I wonder if any of the Wallace and Gromit people got like just amalgamated into Pixar or something, because this reminds me a lot of that.
And this does seem to have, like, unlike something like Toy Story 3, which definitely was, like, almost photoreal with its, like, environments and whatnot, this seems to go more towards style.
Towards style, yeah. And
it is an interesting style. I mean, I've never seen Pixar do this before, but I will say, I could probably, even though this is getting, like, a really good response, like, I think last time I checked it, I was like, hey, hold on. Hey, Google, Luca 2021 Rotten Tomatoes.
Opening webpage.
Again, like, so far it's getting, so far it has like an 89%.
Yeah,
like, you know,
that's not bad.
It's getting, it's getting a
really
really
good reviews, yeah.
Yeah, but like, how do I describe it? It's like, I can see why this wasn't really put in theaters, because it's very, very small scale. It doesn't, like, nothing really happens that, like, I don't know, it just doesn't feel like a cinematic experience.
Yeah, no, it felt very simple to me. Like, everything kind of wraps itself up, but there's nothing really that complicated to wrap up, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, it's like like for me, like generally I have just kind of thoughts about it. Not good, not bad, just kind of.
Same here. I mean, I was kind of let down by it. I really expected
Yeah.
more of like an epic kind of adventure.
I didn't really expect. I honestly, I didn't really even expect that from the trailer because I saw the trailer and I was like, yeah, this is probably. I feel like this is not gonna be.
Was there more than one trailer?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, I've only seen one of them. That might be.
Like, and I'm not even saying it has to be like large scale one, because really, Toy Story 4 is like about almost as small scale as it gets, because it's like only.
Yeah, but there's a lot at stake.
Well, it's like it feels cinematic, or like I don't know what it is, whether it's the way everything's shot or the way everything's like written and played out. It feels like or even Soul. It feels like an experience. Whereas this is just like, all right, here's a couple of fish boys, just kind of
Yeah, it feels like it would have maybe even been better as like an animated series or something.
I don't even know what you could do as an animated. Honestly, I just can't really wrap my head around this film. Really, it's like you kind of know what's going to happen. It's like, all right, I'm willing, but this is going to happen. There's the bad like the villain.
It's very predictable.
It's very predictable. It's just nothing really feels all that special about it.
And it definitely doesn't wow you at all.
Yeah, not really. It's just like I don't like. And again, I just question why this, of all movies, was Pixar's next film after Soul, which in my opinion was like one of their best films. Like that asks so many big questions and whatnot. Like it looked incredible. The music.
The music was great. The voice acting was on point.
It was, and even though the voice acting is not bad in this, it's just like it's again because like. It's not even really blame the actors. It's like no one really delivers their lines badly. It's really just a very overly simple story. It's just nothing really feels like something we haven't seen before. And even if it's something we've seen before, it's not done all that badly, but it's not done all that good either.
Right.
So it's like again, I didn't. Obviously, you seem to have had big expectations for Luca, but
I did. But I mean, ultimately, I was let down. But honestly, I didn't hate the film. I just felt like it didn't. It didn't do anything new or courageous. I felt like it was a very safe play on Pixar's part for sure, and it definitely did have some of the same issues that you did in feeling that it wasn't as cinematic as an experience as, say, something like Toy Story 4 or even 3. And I can't quite put my finger on the why.
Yeah, exactly. I can't point my finger on the why. Because even another Pixar movie I think is kind of which ironically enough a lot of other people love, is Coco.
I like Coco.
Yeah, I wasn't so hot on Coco, but even then I could see why this was like this big film, because like it when you look at the world, when you first enter it's like it's this big extravagant world and whatnot, and
and Luca definitely doesn't have the same feeling.
It really doesn't.
It definitely feels like a contained sort of thing that only really affects the characters that were directly involved.
But even then, I feel like there could have been a great way to do that. Because, another movie that I feel like had, really in the grand scheme of things, small stakes, but did it really well was Charlotte's Web.
Oh, yeah.
Both versions. Because really, all the movies about it's like, okay, I guess
That'll do, pig.
Or like, that's Babe.
Oh, yeah, that is Babe, isn't it?
Yeah. But like, and what's the stakes in Charlotte's Web? The pig doesn't want to be put in the slaughterhouse.
Yeah, it doesn't want to be bacon.
Yeah, it's very small stakes, but they make it feel important through the way it's written and the way it's played out,
and the way that they humanize and characterize the pig. It kind of be a fucked up ending if you.
Oh my god!
and
not only just goes for the that not only just goes for the original version. I think the remake also, like the Nickelodeon remake that was done live action, I thought did that really well too.
Yeah, I agree.
But it's just. Again, I really do feel you nailed on the head. There's something about this movie that just doesn't quite click, either on an emotional level or a story level, but we just can't put our finger on it. It's
disconnected would be kind of like
disconnected.
How I would describe my state of being both during and after viewing Luca. It's not that I didn't care, but I definitely didn't care that much.
It's again, like I said, it's not that bad, but it's not that good. It's a very mixed bag film for me. Even Coco, which again I was very mixed on, did have an incredible ending. Like that, like the ending, Remember Me and whatnot, and the way everything.
I also just feel like that the idea for this film is very just limited in what you can do, because like it almost. Have you seen the Harry Potter movies?
Yeah, I did rewatch.
You remember that?
I've not rewatched. I watched.
I don't remember which one it was. But you remember that bit where they were doing the swimming race or whatever?
Oh, that was Goblet of Fire.
Yeah. It felt like they saw that scene and they were just like, "What if we just make a whole movie about that spell, dude?"
Yeah, it's just like I feel like you kind of nailed that on the head as well when you said, what can you really do with a story like this with the characters just kind of like it's just like
literally the only thing interesting about them is that they can turn into fish. That's it.
But even then, like we've kind of seen that before somewhere. But
it's been done. Like Hellboy did it way back when. We had that blue fish guy. Harry Potter had the fish and had the fish.
It's not even just like
mermaid things.
It's not even just like half half fish, half human. Or no, it's like somewhat. There's like this creature that can turn itself into like a human, but however it has to make sure no one else knows that it's like there's just something about this that kind of feels like
it feels been there, done that.
Yeah. Again, this isn't for me. This isn't nowhere near as bad as like Monsters University or whatever.
Or Shark Tale.
This isn't. Oh, it's not Pixar.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, man, thank goodness it's not Pixar.
Yeah.
But, like, again, I just didn't feel anything that was that special about Luca. And honestly, I can see why it was put on Disney+.
Yeah.
And I think, like, the next Pixar movie, we're going to have to wait till 2022 because, like...
Something like that,
yeah. Because, like, there's, like, 2022, they have this movie called Turning Red. You ever...
No.
Basically, it's about this girl who's growing up and whatnot, however, whenever she gets really excited, she turns into, like, this big red panda.
That sounds neat.
Yeah, although it makes me wonder if that's supposed to be like a metaphor for periods turning red. I don't know.
I hope not. It's a pretty
really
tasteless joke to put in a kids movie.
I mean, again, I don't know because again, it's the girl seems of age of that time, and it's just like I don't know exactly what that's supposed to be. Please don't like. I hope I'm just being an idiot. That's not me making light of that, I should say, but it's a very complicated issue. It's just
no. I mean, the more I think about it, the more sense it kind of makes. But
I would pull it up on here, but I had to unplug my keyboard and whatnot. Although actually, I technically I could just hey Google, Turning Red Pixar.
And you can stream it to your computer, isn't it?
According to Forbes, Turning Red is currently set to.
Yeah, this is basically, like, let me see, yeah, this is basically the kind of thing this is what it is. I mean, who knows? I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt.
It's one of those Japanese red raccoon things.
Yeah, it's a red panda.
Yeah.
I mean, although I don't know if they're, hey Google, where are red pandas from?
Might not be Japanese, isn't it?
According to WWF, red pandas live in the eastern Himalayas in places like China, Nepal, and Bhutan.
I mean, pandas.
Although
I will say they are kind of cute.
Yeah, I heard they can mess you up though.
I'm pretty sure any animal can mess you up if you fuck with it enough.
You just touch its mouth.
I mean, yeah, that's a good rule of thumb, kids. Never stick your fingers in an animal's mouth.
Near an animal's mouth, just don't
touch touch wild animals.
I mean, that's the best. Yeah. But if you're gonna do it, don't touch them in the mouth.
Just don't touch wild animals. That's never gonna end well for you.
Unless it's like a starfish or something, you can touch that in the mouth.
Or snail. Although not a cone snail. Those things will actually kill you.
Also frogs, unless it's a poison dart frog, don't touch those at all.
Yeah, like I said, be wary of wild animals. Just like don't touch.
You know about the blue ringed octopus?
Yeah, those things.
Pick those up, it'll kill you because it's poisonous.
Yeah, venomous.
Venomous, right.
Yeah. A little science fact, kids. There's a difference between poison and venom. Venom.
You have to eat the poison.
Yeah, you eat the poison, or get
it in yourself.
Yeah, just get it in yourself, like whether you have a cut or whatever. And
venom, you just fucking touch it. And
no, venom is injected.
Yeah.
It has, whether it's like through fangs or
secretion.
Stingers, secretion.
That's how the blue poison dart frog gets it done. It literally coats its skin in it, and then when you touch it,
yeah, that's poison.
Die.
Yeah, that's poison. Fun fact: can you guess what the largest venomous animal is?
No, I don't know.
Komodo dragon.
Really? Yeah. I forgot those were venomous.
Yeah, but yeah. Regardless, yeah. End of science fact.
Do you know that daddy long legs are poisonous? I'm pretty sure if you eat those.
I don't know.
No, not venomous.
Yeah.
Poisonous.
Hey Google, are daddy long legs poisonous?
According to Spider Research, University of California, Riverside, daddy longlegs are one of the most poisonous spiders, but their fangs are too short to bite humans.
Yeah, that's funny. But, yeah. Although, wait, shouldn't they say venomous? I think they kind of screwed up the wording there.
They might have, but I'm pretty sure they're poisonous. You have to eat them to...
Don't eat bugs you see on the ground, people.
Yeah.
Or just don't eat bugs.
Cook them first, maybe, but just, don't eat
I just don't want to eat bugs.
Just Google whether or not you can eat it first, at least.
Regardless, we have another topic to get to. Also regarding...
Other than eating bugs, yeah.
Regarding media and whatnot. And, a show that, you might remember back in the day, it was on Nickelodeon. It was called iCarly. We all remember those good old days where...
So wake up, the members of our nation. It's your time to be. There's no chance unless you take one.
And the time to see... Oh, yeah, regardless. Yeah.
Every situation...
Yeah, and finally, I think
your best and leave the rest to me. Leave it all to me. Leave it all to me.
Fun fact: Drake Bell actually was one of the co-singers.
Yeah,
of that.
yeah, I knew that.
Yeah, which Drake Bell. Oh boy, but yeah, iCarly.
Oh yeah, shit came out about. Actually, I don't know too much about that. Hang on, can we take a tangent for like just a second?
Oh, I don't have my keyboard on me, but basically, Drake Bell got arrested for child endangerment because he may have talked with minors on online or something like that, and yeah.
No, you're kidding.
Yeah, hold
you're
on.
Fucking
Hey Google,
kidding.
Drake Bell arrested.
Here are the top search results.
He was arrested and I'm on Deadline. Jared Drake Bell. Oh man, sucks to have a name Jared, but
this is like that Subway guy.
Yeah, who played Drake in the Nickelodeon series Drake and Josh, was arrested in Ohio yesterday and charged with attempted endangerment of a child and disseminating,
yeah,
matter harmful to juveniles. He pleaded not guilty to the charges.
Dude, that probably means he sent dick pics to the child.
Hold on, let me look at it. Let's see.
Oh, that's so fucked, bro.
Hold on. Bell, now 34, was taken into custody yesterday. This was not yesterday. It was yesterday.
Yesterday, relative to when the article was written.
Yeah, by Cleveland police following a May 21st indictment. His mugshot was taken Thursday at the Cuyahoga County Jail. While details of the charges were not disclosed, Cleveland's Fox TV affiliate WJW, which broke the story, reported that the allegations stemmed from a December 1st, 2017 internet chat with an underage person.
Holy shit. Do they have a picture of his mugshot?
Yeah.
Let me see it. Boop. Oh, he looks like such a piece of shit in that.
Yeah, but man.
I guess if they remake Drake and Josh, it's just gonna be Josh. It's just gonna be Josh.
That's why he's in the new show Turner and Hooch on Disney Plus.
Yep.
Like Josh Peck. But yeah. Regardless,
I'm glad we went on that tangent. That was.
Yeah, I'm sad.
Not glad. I'm sad.
And the sad thing is that Drake Bell actually starred in probably one of the only good spoof movies of the 2000s superhero movie.
Yeah.
I actually recently rewatched that.
It's actually really fire.
Yeah, it actually really is.
Like, especially when it's competing with other spoof movies, like Epic Movie,
Disaster
Movie,
Meet the Spartans.
Oh my fucking god! Meet the Spartans was so painful to watch.
What is it like? Disaster Movie might be one of the worst release films I've ever seen in my life.
Dude, Disaster Movie is a whole nother level of pain.
That's definitely probably for me the worst comedy I've ever seen in my life. Like,
I'd rather drink an entire bottle of sriracha with no milk than watch.
I'd rather
bite into a ghost pepper.
At least Jack and Jill may have had like maybe one chuckle or something like this. Regardless, iCarly, iCarly was kind of revolutionary back in the day because I was like about hey, wouldn't it be cool if you could do a web series and
now YouTube.
We're doing it right now.
It's like a TV show about us.
Yeah, exactly.
But before Before YouTube? Before YouTube.
Technically, no. YouTube was YouTube started, I think, in 2006, and iCarly came out in 2007, which means this is probably in the works before YouTube.
Do you know what the first YouTube video was?
Me at the zoo.
Me at the zoo, bro.
Yeah,
I saw somebody re-uploaded it in like 4K or something, and I was like, holy fuck, Me at the zoo in 4K, dog.
Yeah, and honestly, for a while, iCarly was, back in the day, it was really good. Like, it had, granted, I rewatching it, there's definitely some
weird foot stuff, super weird. Can we talk about the Jake Foots episode?
I just watched that like this week.
Can we talk? That's like the Scott's Tots of iCarly.
Except
it's not funny. It's just cringe and gross and weird because it's just a guy with a foot fetish letting everyone know that he has a foot fetish by making an entire episode about young girls' feet.
At least it's not as bad as this one Victorious episode. Involving.
I mean, it's pretty bad. What can you do with burning foot shoes? Roasting weenies!
I bet Dan Schneider's weenie was roasting at that point.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. It's kind of fucked.
Yeah. But when Dan Schneider is not shoving in his foot fetish, the show was really funny,
really good.
Except for maybe like the last season. What?
A smoothie.
Oh, yeah, and like there's so many parts of iCarly that have now become infamous memes.
Yeah, like the theory that in reality Spencer was crazy Steve and he went full crazy and killed Drake and Josh and kidnapped Megan and gave her a bunch of amnesia pills and convinced her that she was an internet celebrity so that the police wouldn't get wise.
But yeah, and I don't know what to say about that.
It's the truth.
But like, iCarly, was like there were also like quite a bit of like guest stars, like
oh yeah,
like at one point they had like Jack Black on there.
Yep.
Emma Stone made an appearance in like one of the latter seasons.
Bro, you remember Freddie's mom?
Freddie! Yeah, like Freddie.
I need to vacuum out your ears.
Like, yeah. But here's the thing. It's so funny seeing where some of these people, like, where some of the guest stars would go. Because, like, again, Emma Stone, that episode came out in, like, what, 2011, 2012? And yet now she won an Oscar. And those even an episode called I Get Attention. And you would not believe who I saw in this episode. Hold on.
Also, Gibby.
I'm really like. Well, hold on. I gotta find this image.
The original ladies' man, Gibby, and his little brother.
Where do I find this? Oh yeah, tell me if this guy, like this is from the episode I Get Detention. Tell me if this guy looks at all familiar.
Yeah. He kind of does.
Yeah, do you know who he is?
I don't remember his name off the top of my head, but I know I've seen him and stuff before.
It's Randall Park.
Okay.
This guy, again, you guys can't really see this well. He played this one teacher in an episode of iCarly, and he played Asian Jim in The Office.
Jim.
He played Kim Jong-un in The Interview, and he's currently in the MCU as Jimmy Wong.
Jimmy Wong, yeah.
Or Jimmy Wong. Was Jimmy Wong or Jimmy Woo? I think maybe it's Jimmy Woo. I don't know. But he was in Ant-Man and the Wasp. He was most recently in WandaVision, and he fucking made an appearance in iCarly in an episode before he got famous. I didn't even know that. Yeah, that's really cool.
No, for real.
Yeah, but now nearly 10 years has passed since iCarly has ended,
and we got a new iCarly.
Yeah, without Jen McCurdy's not in this because
she's quit acting.
Yeah, she's quit acting. What when you hear her story, it's like it's kind of sad.
Yeah,
but at least she's happy now doing her podcast. But. Yeah, there's this new iCarly. It's a revival of the original show. We have some new faces. We have some familiar faces. One thing I'm actually I do like what they're doing is that even though like the first 3 episodes they launched on day 1, new episodes are weekly.
Yeah.
Which because I feel I just feel like the dump the entire season in one day. I feel like it's just outdated. It doesn't create buzz and whatnot. But this new iCarly. Is out, and I'm gonna say this: I'm not impressed at all what I'm seeing so far.
Me neither, and I thought that the child actress that they had was really annoying.
Yeah,
Like unbearably annoying. I'm actually vehemently disappointed with the iCarly reboot. It's definitely not as good as the OG.
Yeah, I wouldn't call it a reboot because it's still iCarly.
Whatever it is, iCarly
well,
2.0, dude, iCarly, something's missing, and also there's an annoying child actress in it now.
It's not just her. Let's talk. I knew from the beginning, like from the first episode, something was wrong, and it was. The first episode was literally nothing but awful exposition as to what happened to these characters, where they are now.
They did a bunch of tell and not showing, and I think that's one of the biggest mistakes you can make when you're making any sort of TV show, movie, whatever. If you have the option to show the audience something, then just fucking show it to them. Don't tell them about it. That was one of the biggest problems with the Star Wars prequels. Anytime you'd hear about anything involving Anakin and Obi-Wan, they were just talking about it and not showing it to you. And that was one of the biggest problems with this iCarly episode. They were just talking about stuff and not showing you anything.
Yeah, it's just like, for me, the word, because like some things obviously do need exposition. Like, for example, I feel like two movies that did exposition really well, ironically enough, Christopher Nolan movies, Inception and Tenet.
Yeah.
They do a great job of explaining how those worlds work and whatnot. But my problem is that with iCarly, this new one.
Well, I mean, it kind of depends, right? Because Inception and Tenet, the things that they were dealing with were you can't really show them, because if you show them, you're just going to have more questions.
It's more explaining how this technology, how this world works.
It's explaining something that needs to be explained because it's incredibly complicated.
With iCarly, though, they're explaining
basic shit.
No, what they're doing is explaining what these they're explaining the characters.
Yep.
And it's in terms of how to do that really well, Moonlight once again did a great job at showing you where these characters are and where
and who they are. With Mahershala Ali especially, you get glimpses of kind of who he's become, but everything about how he got to that point is pretty much explicitly told to you. He tells a bunch of stories about growing up. It was in Cuba, wasn't it?
Yeah, Cuba.
And you don't really get to see any of that, but the movie effectively conveys the information to you without boring you to death and without having 35 minutes or 20 minutes or even 15 minutes worth of dialogue about that.
A lot of things are implied. And one thing I will say is that there's a character in the movie, again, I won't say what it is. When a character goes away, they don't explicitly, they give you subtle hints at what happened. You don't know exactly what happened, but you can piece together what did happen.
Specifically through exposition and things that the two characters in the movie talk about.
But again, they don't over-explain with sloppy.
Right, they just kind of brush over it and treat it as an everyday event.
Whereas with this, for example, with Freddy, he's like, I got lucky, I got unlucky, got 2 divorces, and now I'm stuck living with my mom. It's like, well, wait, but if you're still living with your mom, and you're saying this he's saying this to Spencer, but if that's the case, then Spencer would already know this.
Yeah, and that's another thing that I kind of see. It's a thing where, ironically enough, a fourth wall break probably would have, if anything, helped try to get this whole thing, how they were trying to do it, to work. Because that was the other thing that I kind of noticed. They were all saying this to each other when, in reality, they were just using that as an excuse to hide the fact that they're speaking to the audience.
But again, it's if you're going to say this, at least have it be someone where you would again, Spencer would obviously know what happened, because
one of the new characters that they introduced 3 new characters, I think that.
I think I don't know if it was 3. I know they introduced these two
two. You could have had it with one of them. They would have needed not needed, but it would have made more sense to give that information to them rather than Spencer. But in reality, I think that just the biggest problem is that they're trying to give this information to the audience while simultaneously trying to masquerade that fact. And I kind of get it, but you chose the wrong way to do it.
Yeah, again, it just feel, again, it's I just don't like character exposition where it's like again they try to explain, as now like whether it's like like overly explaining what happened to a character
Yeah.
or granted I don't think I saw much of it here, but it's like probably the worst exposition is emotional exposition.
Yeah.
Like I bet you're feeling like this right now, feeling this.
Yep.
Which
Again, it's a whole problem. It's a whole concept of show, don't tell.
yeah, and I'm trying to think, like, where are some of the other... Actually, I think I might...
The child actress.
Yeah, the child actress, I thought, like... Again,
She's
it's not
just
even really
annoying.
her acting, it's just, again...
It's her lines and what
lines.
she has to do. Like, she does it okay enough, but what she's saying
She
and
can't
doing
save
is
the script, like, she didn't write the script.
Right. And that's where the main problem lies, really. Like, I mean, say what you want about Dan Snyder, he's a fucking weirdo, but the man could write a script.
Well, at least for a while. He lost his luster later on.
Yeah.
But, like, let's see. Oh my god, yeah, like, there's also some weird, like, oh yeah, I gotta say, something I did not expect to not work. Miranda Cosgrove felt a little bit flat.
Super flat. She really kind of... I've up to this point, I almost forgot that she was in it.
Yeah, it's like I don't know how did she become how did her acting kind of decline? Like, I mean, I'm not saying she was like I didn't say she was like Meryl Streep or anything, but it's like
obviously, it's been a long time since iCarly, since the time frame between iCarly and iCarly, it's been a while, and she obviously was younger and maybe had more energy, but yeah, she kind of really just seemed like completely out of gas.
She also just hasn't really done many things since iCarly. Like probably the most well-known thing you could say she's done was like she played was it Margot or whatever, like the oldest girl in Despicable Me 2 and 3.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's like, and she hasn't. I think she like made some appearances on television and whatnot, but it's like she hasn't had a big starring role since iCarly. It's like
right.
I just don't know what the thing was, and I gotta say, oh yeah, there's also some weird technical things I thought was weird. Like for example, there's a scene where like one of Spencer's, what's the term I'm looking for? Like one of his sculptures catches fire, and iCarly, there's especially this one episode where something went on fire, and like there was a really impressive fire stunt where like the kitchen was on fire, and Jerry Trainer got this broom, and like and you could tell it was real fire because like CGI fire was not that good. It was not good back then, so it's like it was real fire, and like the stunts that Jerry Trainer pulled off in that were amazing, but in this when Spencer's
sculpture catches fire,
it's really bad CGI fire.
You can tell it's fake. I remember that part.
Yeah, it's just there's also this weird scene where like this scene right here where like the characters were supposed to be outside, yet you could tell it's a set. Yeah, and, like the green screen, like actually it's not even just the green screen, it's really more so the lighting, because you can tell it's studio lighting and that the sun doesn't look like that. Hell, I think you can really tell this because the like the shadows go in so many different directions.
Yep.
And it's like again, I can't really I don't know if I can really show you guys because again it's just
if you have Chrome, you should be able to open web pages onto your computer from your phone.
I don't know, but again it's just you'll know it when you see the episode. It's just
it's hard to miss.
Oh my god, I should like the internet troll episode.
Oh dude, that was cringy as fuck.
Like okay, Episode 2, I said this in the group chat. Episode 2 is literally about Carly and the gang physically looking for an internet troll who makes mean comments on their videos.
Just like all reasonable people do.
Yeah, and because he always comments, do better. And I gotta say, the fucking reveal of who this guy is.
But not only that, but like just also, I just feel like they didn't make him offensive enough. Because like really think about it. Like do better is the most constructive piece of criticism I could think for a random internet stranger to leave on anything that they didn't like.
I like my god, like this is what they call an internet troll. Kelly Marie Tran, the one who played Rose in Star Wars: The Last Jedi, was literally bullied off of social media.
So was Will Poulter after he did Bandersnatch. Remember, there was a time where I don't know if he's back on Twitter or social media or not, but he ended up taking a break because people were just freaking insulting him over his appearance.
Hell, I can even just go to iCarly because people were giving the grown-up black woman such shit for, because, she's black and whatnot.
And she exists, yeah.
That
doesn't surprise me.
This was this show's critique of internet trolls, and the thing is, this is a more grown-up version of iCarly. They curse
they could
go this route.
I was saying that's the whole time I was sitting there thinking, out of all of the things that you could have possibly chosen to put the kitty gloves on for, you choose the one thing that, for all intents and purposes, kind of carries your episode, so to speak. It's the reveal, it's the setup, the punchline, it's everything. Not even, and you half-ass it.
It's like, and the funny thing is the reveal of when the audience discovers who he is. He's like what was it? Like he eats this muffin and he doesn't like it, and he's like, "Well, you like the muffin?" And he's like, "Do better." And I'm just like, "Oh my god, are you serious?
Are you kidding me?"
And this is his backstory, which made me laugh in the bad way. As turns out, the guy Carly had been seeing this episode was because she saw this cute guy at the place where they were trying to look for the troll. Anyways, turns out the guy Carly had been seeing this episode was the internet troll. He said that when he was 11, he sent a video to iCarly and it never got featured, and he held a grudge against her for over 10 years into his 20s. Even good God, that's.
I understand that iCarly has never been really grounded or based in realism, but that's just a whole nother. That's beyond.
It's ridiculous. I could maybe understand why a kid would get mad, but it's holding a grudge for 10 years. It's your 20s.
You didn't have a life to move on with.
Really? Yeah. But yeah, it's just, this, yeah, oh yeah, and this is the guy, this is the fucking guy.
Yeah.
I'm just really? This guy, he's not even a neckbeard, he's not even
he's not somebody that looks like he's been doing something as childish as holding a grudge for the last decade.
And the thing is, they don't even play this as a joke. If this was maybe playing it as a...
serious, it's completely straight-faced. They're like, look at this big important message that we're sending out, and I'm just like, dude.
If this was at least a joke, that would be funny.
You're clowning. You have to be clowning.
Yeah, this is oh my god, remember when Freddy's daughter was trying to cancel Carly, then trying to cancel Freddy by going on his social media and whatnot? Yep. I was like, oh, it's a critique on cancel culture.
It's a critique on cancel culture.
I was like, oh my god,
look out, Twitter, they're canceling you.
I'm just really, this,
Can we cancel Twitter?
We can't, if this show doesn't get better, maybe they'll cancel iCarly.
Yeah, hopefully, dude. With the way it's going so far, they're, looks like that's what's going to happen real quick.
But the thing is, this actually is getting a good response from people.
That's surprising to me. I thought it was very mediocre at best.
Ah, man, again...
But most of the time, kind of terrible.
Hopefully this gets better. I'm hoping this gets better because, at the very least, it's just they're launching a new episode, one new episode a week from now on. So it's
well, no, I mean, I can see how it might have had kind of a rough start. It has been a whole decade since the last iCarly, so I kind of felt it in my bones that they were going to waste most of the first episode just doing nonsense, telling you what everyone's been up to for the last literal decade.
Yeah, fun fact, Jerry Trainer, he's 44 years old.
Yeah, I know.
He doesn't, I'm not going to act like he looks exactly the same as he did when he first started.
He looks pretty close.
He looks really good for 44.
Uh-huh.
My dad was 47 when he died, and he looked way worse than this. Even the way...
Yeah, that's part of it's how you treat your body, isn't it? If you treat your body like shit, you're going to look like shit.
Yeah. But yeah, and, But yeah, so again, like I said, so far, I will say that this isn't really this isn't all that important. It's just something I kind of noticed. It's not even really edited like iCarly, because
I'm assuming that's definitely a result of
them trying to do something a little bit newer.
Yeah, newer, and also just the original team isn't really involved with it.
Yeah, because even though it says created by Dan, I think that still means iCarly.
Yeah, originally, it's like when they put created by George Lucas at the end of Star Wars Episode 9.
But it's like because like unlike Camp Coral where it says created by Stephen Hillenburg, I think it probably was created by Stephen Hillenburg because like it's not really SpongeBob SquarePants. It's not the same show. iCarly, this is still iCarly. Yeah. So, but yeah, again, hopefully this gets better. I'm not impressed at all what I'm seeing so far. It reminds me of the last season of iCarly, and that's
not a good thing.
That's really not good.
I give what I saw so far a solid meh.
Yeah, mine's probably a little bit lower than a meh, but it's like...
I mean, it's a very disappointed meh. I wanted it to be great, but it's not great. It's really not great.
Yeah. I still think Gibby's gonna show up at some point.
I hope so. I want to see Gibby and his little brother.
Guppy.
Guppy.
Happy birthday!
The original ladies' man.
Yes, exactly. Who wouldn't want Gibby?
I want Gibby to destroy me.
Oh, God. But yeah, speaking of Paramount Plus, we also this is a new thing that came out like a few about a week ago. But yeah, what was it like? Paramount Plus recently teamed up with Epix to bring over 1,000 new movies onto the service. Most of them are probably shit you've never heard of. Like I don't think anyone's heard of 1 Million Happy Nows. There are some things I do recognize, like, we're already on Paramount Plus, but, hey, let's go through them a little bit. Like, I think AI was originally on here.
I don't like that movie.
I've never seen AI.
I don't think it's that good.
I'll have to see it at some point. The Addams Family Values and the most recent Addams Family animated...
Oh, hey, The Abyss.
Oh, I don't think I've ever seen The Abyss. I do know that it's like one of the most groundbreaking achievements of one of the most groundbreaking achievements in CGI.
Yeah, but also it's The Abyss. That was James Cameron, right?
Yep.
It was kind of a piece of shit for doing this, but he built like an entire big water container thing to do a bunch of scenes for that movie, and then just like spent millions of dollars on it, and then just left it there. Which, not too poggers. It's kind of fallen into waste and is kind of considered an environmental pollutant now.
What about the movie?
The movie's good.
Yeah.
That was just a little fun fact about the production of the movie. They fucking littered to the extreme to get it done.
But I think The Abyss had like the first like CGI face morphing. Like,
you might be right about that. I remember that it's a pretty neat movie.
I've only seen the visual effects breakdown of it, and they did that. Especially, it's not even the effects don't even look that bad now. Like they still look pretty good. Like granted, I don't know how a water creature like that would look in real life, but
you didn't see them when they visited Earth 2 weeks ago.
God damn it.
We know now. Oh, Aeon Flux. That movie is dog shit.
I don't know if this was originally on Paramount Plus or not. I know this was on Paramount Plus originally, but I've never seen Aeon Flux.
Yeah, if you ever want to see a really, really bad action movie based on a pretty neat MTV 6-episode short animated series, Aeon Flux fucking sucks.
Was there like a scene involving a motorcycle chase, or like actually I don't know.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there was.
I mean, it's was like a pink motorcycle or whatever.
No, that might not have been Aeon Flux.
No, that's Ultraviolet. I'm thinking about Ultraviolet because like that had some horrible CGI.
Yeah,
but
have you ever seen Sucker Punch?
No, I haven't heard good things about it, but I've heard
the soundtrack is interesting.
I've heard like visually it's amazing to look at.
Yeah, it's one of those movies that's kind of crap but looks neat and sounds neat.
Huh. Trying to think of, let's see what else there is. There's Alive. I haven't seen Alive, although I think that was like in the 1993 visual effects shortlist. Let's see.
Almost Famous. That one's pretty alright.
Oh, Almost Famous. I haven't seen that.
Hey dude, it's the Slender Man movie.
What Slender Man movie? Where?
Go look. Always watching.
Always watching.
Dude, look, it's
a Marble Hornets story.
Does that not look like the Slender Man?
It looks exactly like Slender Man.
Dude, it's Amogus the movie.
Oh my god, why? Let's see what else there is. Let me try to Arachnophobia. I haven't seen that, but I've heard some interesting things about Arachnophobia.
Arrival.
I'm going to try to see that this week.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, I've heard nothing but amazing things about it.
The effects in it are super good.
Yeah,
Also the twist.
Although I will say, I think I wouldn't have I have seen visual effects breakdown of Arrival. I wouldn't nominate it for best visual effects because mainly the visual effects are kind of static and whatnot.
Oh, yeah.
But again, it's not bad. Not bad.
They're well used.
Yeah, well used. Just not that.
Attack of the 50-foot cheerleader.
I don't.
I want to watch that.
I don't want to
watch. I want to see what happens when a 50-foot cheerleader attacks a city.
I will say, the
Avengers.
Yeah, the Avengers. This is still. I think the Avengers is still on Disney Plus. It's still on Disney Plus. It's just I don't know why it's both. It's on both Paramount Plus and.
I guess it must have been on Epix.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It was on Epix. There's Babel. I haven't seen Babel, but I think it's directed by Alejandro Gonzalez Iñárritu. Let's see.
Beavis and Butthead Do America.
I think that might have already been on here. I think
you're right.
I think Beowulf was still on here.
I didn't like that movie too much.
I think it was the motion capture film that came.
It looked like a PlayStation video game.
Which is weird because the Polar I've seen clips of Beowulf. It's weird because the Polar Express came out before that and it looks way better.
Real good. Yeah, Tom Hanks literally almost looks like Tom Hanks in it.
I mean, it's not even that. It's just a fun fact about Polar Express. It was actually the first ever motion capture, and it was the first movie to actually incorporate heavy usage of
face capture,
facial and hand capture, because they couldn't do that with Gollum in Lord of the Rings. They had actually keyframe animate that.
Interesting.
And the funny thing is, everyone talks about King Kong as the big the first one to do facial motion capture. When really it was actually I don't even know if Polar Express was the first one, because the earliest example I could find was actually Spider-Man 2, but that came out the same year. But yeah, Spider-Man 2 had some facial motion capture, but
beats of time.
Yeah, but it wasn't used as anywhere near as extensively as Polar Express.
Hey, the big boss.
I think that's Bruce Lee.
Bruce Lee, it is.
I've
seen that one.
I've never seen Big Top Pee-wee.
Big Top Pee-wee is pretty funny. I like it.
What else is there?
Black in Space.
Black in Space? Oh, there's Black Fist. There's I've never seen that, but it's
Black Snake Moan. That's another really shitty movie. It's got Samuel L. Jackson in it.
Let's see. There's some. That's a lot of Bob the Builder movies.
Well, now I know where I can go to catch up on the Bob the Builder movies that I missed.
Exactly. I'm trying to think. What else is there? Let's see. Trying to go down a bit. See what I recognize. They added the original Charlotte's Web, and they already had Charlotte's Web 2, which is fucking awful, fucking terrible. But the original, I think the original Charlotte's Web, I thought was very mature, especially for its time.
Yeah, we also have Child's Play.
Oh yeah, the one that came out in 2019.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
I've heard.
You know the guy that voices Chucky is from Huntington?
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Brad Dourif?
Yeah.
Wait, what? Hey Google, Brad Dourif.
According to Wikipedia, Bradford.
Holy shit! He was born in Huntington, West Virginia.
He
Yeah.
went to Marshall too. My girlfriend's uncle, Daryl Fetty, who is a screenwriter out in L.A., went to school with him.
Oh dang! Yeah. Really?
He's done a bunch of stuff.
He was in Lord of the Rings.
Yeah,
which is weird because I knew him as the voice. I knew him as the voice of Chucky, but then I'm seeing him in Lord of the Rings.
He's also in Star Trek, Babylon 5, and then Daryl Fetty, her uncle. He's done a few things that you might be familiar with. He wrote for Miami Vice. He actually auditioned for the role of Han Solo.
Wait, Brad Dourif or
no, my girlfriend's uncle.
Whoa,
Daryl Fetty. Yeah, he didn't get it by that much, but I mean,
but he got close.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. He has a picture of himself standing with George Lucas reading off of a script thingy.
Oh dang! I'm probably gonna save this for later, but it's I got.
He has also done. If you've ever seen the History Channel Hatfield and McCoy's documentary or heard of it, he did that.
What was it? Daryl Fetty?
Daryl Fetty, yeah. Daryl.
Oh yeah, it's this guy?
Yeah, that's him.
Oh wow, that's cool.
I got to stay at his house a few years ago in LA.
Dang.
My girlfriend took me out. He's a really cool guy.
Huh. That's cool. That is pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
He also used to be in a band with Edward James Olmos.
Edward James almost is one of those guys where like I always recognize the name, but I could never tell you what I could never.
The most recent thing I think he's done is like Battlestar Galactica.
I've never watched that.
It's pretty good. The special effects they don't hold up for sure, but it's a pretty good TV series.
I'll just like I can't think.
Who can, bro?
The
roast of Justin Bieber, my favorite movie.
Yeah, I guess like specials, I guess maybe count as movies.
I'm definitely gonna watch the roast of Flava Flav.
Oh, there's also the roast of your boy Donald.
Oh, fuck that guy.
Yeah. Let's see, Crawl, which is that. Funny, I haven't seen Crawl, but it got good reviews.
I also haven't seen it.
Yeah, it has like alligators and whatnot, which is surprising because like these kind of creature features usually get blasted by critics.
Yeah, and I remember the one creature feature that snuck up on me, The Shallows.
From what I've heard, people say it's like the best shark movie since Jaws.
I would agree with that.
Which, granted, it's not that much competition because most shark movies are pretty horrible.
Well, Jaws is really good. The first one at least.
Yeah. Most. That's why I said most shark movies.
The Shallows was super duper good. I went and saw it. I wasn't expecting anything. I didn't even know what it was about because I didn't see the trailer or anything. I really hadn't heard of it. We were just gonna go to the movies, and we wanted to go see this one movie. I don't remember which one, but like the theater was full, so we had to pick something else. And I was like, all right, well, what looks good? Because I didn't really want to see anything else. But we saw The Shallows, and I was like, okay, we'll go see that. And then I went and saw it, and I was very, very much impressed by the movie. I thought that the little amount of dialogue and stuff that you got was very, very real and kind of helped set the tension and stakes of the movie because it helped suspend the disbelief. I remember there was one line where, because she's like on an island, right? And so she goes out, and the guy takes her out to surf and stuff, and he was asking her if she needed like a ride back, and then she was like, "No, I'll take an Uber." And then he was like, "Who the hell is Uber? Who's this Uber guy?" I've never met him, and I was like, "Oh yeah, they're on an island, isn't it?" But yeah, the movie's great. It's a good movie.
Yeah, I heard some pretty good things. Some pretty good things about the movie. Let's see, what else is there?
The Day Hitler Died. That's a pretty good. No, I haven't seen that.
Let's see, The Dictator.
The Dictator.
I don't know if that was originally on here or not, but that is on there now. Dora and the Lost City of Gold. That is this was on Epix, and they brought this on to Paramount Plus. This is always that example of a movie that looked fucking horrible from the trailers,
and then wasn't. Horrible.
It was actually really good. I thought it was really funny. And we've talked a lot about this. And
Dragon Slayer? Are you telling me they made a freaking movie out of the 80s video game Dragon Slayer?
No, probably it's not the same, I don't think.
I beg to differ. Let's see.
No,
Google will tell me.
I think in the game was called Dragon's Lair.
You might be right.
Yeah.
You might be right.
Hey, Google.
Yeah. Dragon Slayer. Yeah.
Yeah, not the same.
Yeah.
Now, you would have been excited though if it was Dragon's Lair.
I've played that game. I've beaten that game once.
I have never played it in my life.
You can get it on the Nintendo Switch and the computer actually. A toaster could probably run it.
I've never seen Eddie Murphy Raw, although I've heard it's like one of the comedy specials of all time.
It's real good. My 7th grade history teacher showed that to us.
I want to see The Elephant Man.
I've seen that. My dad showed that to me.
Everyone says it's like
depressing.
Fun fact about The Elephant Man.
It's based on a real guy.
Not only that, but like this is actually the movie that movie's the reason why the Oscars now have best makeup and hairstyling as a category, because people were so pissed off that movie didn't get, because previously like there wasn't any category, and so they would usually only get like special achievement Oscars, like for example Planet of the Apes, the original, got a special achievement Oscar for makeup. But when the Academy did not recognize The Elephant Man at all for makeup, that's when they decided, we're going to make a new category specifically for makeup and hairstyling. And then, boom, the very next year we got the makeup Oscar category at the Oscars, and An American Werewolf in London was the first winner. But you didn't know that about The Elephant Man?
No, I didn't. Have you ever seen a picture of the guy?
Yeah, it's startlingly accurate to the guy himself. And apparently, like, the makeup artist the main makeup artist guy, actually worked with molds of that guy's head and even his skull in order to create the makeup.
Because, like, I'm pretty sure when he died, and, like, his body went to science, basically.
Which, again, is very fascinating. They got Face Off. I think that was original. I think that was on here.
That movie's kind of bad.
Let's see what else is there.
But I like it.
Fighting with My Family I thought was really good.
I don't think I've seen it.
But yeah, it's hard to describe it. Like I think it's like a WWE movie, but it's like one of the few that doesn't suck. I'm not really that big into. I'm not really into WWE either. But
Flight's on there too.
I haven't seen Flight, but I've heard some really good things, or at least I've heard really good things about Denzel in the movie.
Does that say Footloose or what?
Footloose, yeah.
Flashdance.
Yeah, there's.
Oh yeah, Footloose, yeah.
Yeah, both Footlooses are on.
Only the original one is worth anything.
Feet Loose. Let's see, Florence Foster Jenkins. I want to see that because that got Meryl Streep an Oscar nomination. Yeah. Let's see what else is on it. Freedom Riders is one of those that social studies teachers will always show you in school.
Yeah, I've seen that movie at least 9 times.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was a pretty good movie, but it's I
agree.
But it's like
it's like Terminator 2. I've just seen it so much at this point.
I mean, it's not even because of that. Like it's just like I've seen it twice, but it's only like when the teacher was showing us in class. It was different teachers.
Yeah, they didn't even show this. No, they have the full Monty. I've heard that. I've heard of that.
Let's see. We have Gemini Man, a movie that I always say is a movie that sucks, but damn, I still praise the effects to this day, and how unbelievably good they are.
Too bad the rest of it's dog shit.
Yeah, it's hard to describe that movie for me. It's just like it's the movie. Oh, The Greatest Show on Earth. Like this is one of the Greatest Show on Earth is one of those movies that it won Best Picture at the Oscars, but it's said to be like one of the worst Best Picture winners ever. Like it actually did not get good reviews.
Then why?
I don't know. I mean, things were different back then.
What was it competing against?
I don't know. It's crazy. Granted, again, I haven't seen the movie, so I can't judge it. But it's like whatever. Let's see. There's The Haunting from from 1998 or something.
I haven't seen that. I don't.
I think I saw it once. It didn't get a good response and whatnot, but I don't remember a whole lot about it. All I know is that it has Owen Wilson.
Oh wow!
Wow! Wow!
Ka-chow.
But yeah, let's see. In Search of
Santa.
Yeah, with weird.
That movie wins the Oscar every year.
Wait, why are those penguins?
They're looking for Santa in the Antarctica.
Wait a minute! Look at this thing. Is
that a dog?
No, I think it's supposed to be It looks like I think it's supposed to be like a young penguin, but it has.
Looks like
it has a mouth. It has a mouth.
No, that has to be a baby snowman.
I don't.
That's a snowman.
Even though, why are there penguins?
No, wait. His nose isn't a carrot. No, yeah, it is.
No, it's not. No, it looks like.
What the fuck is that?
I don't know what it is. I just literally just now figured out what this movie actually was, or at least I just found out what it was. These were already on here. I know that. There's The Indian in the Cupboard, which I've never seen.
The Incredible Melting Man.
The Incredible Melting Man. Never.
That's an interesting cover.
Let's see.
Hey, the Italian Job.
They have every Jackass movie, including Bad Grandpa.
They also have The Italian Job. If you've never seen that, it's a pretty interesting heist movie.
Ooh, fun fact about Bad Grandpa: it's actually an Oscar-nominated film.
Yep.
Makeup and hairstyling. Although I think it lost that to Dallas Buyers Club.
Which is a really, really good movie.
Oh, fantastic movie! Mm-hmm. Like that's definitely. I know everyone was like clamoring for Leonardo DiCaprio to win Best Actor for The Wolf of Wall Street. Although I gotta say,
which is also a really good movie.
I will say, even though everyone's kind of clamoring for Leonardo DiCaprio to win, I actually do agree with the Oscars in that Matthew McConaughey won Best Actor over him.
Yeah, it's not that Leo even did a bad job.
It's just like I thought Matthew McConaughey.
Performance,
I just thought Matthew McConaughey did a little bit.
But you can't not love. That's why. I'm not leaving!
I haven't seen The Wolf of Wall Street in a long time. Actually, I think The Wolf of Wall Street actually is on Paramount Plus.
That's good. I fucking love that movie.
That movie's
when he
long.
Freaking eats like 8 Quaaludes and then drives his Ferrari home.
I think that also got Jonah Hill.
Skipped straight from the slump mode to the off mode. I was just like, damn.
I think Jonah Hill was nominated for an Oscar for that as well, for Best Supporting Actor.
Yeah, dude. I mean, that doesn't surprise me. That movie's fucking awesome. Smoke some crack with me, bro.
Also the movie that put Margot Robbie on the map.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, there's Judy, in which Renee Zellweger won Best Lead Actress, like last year's Oscars. Let's see. I guess I have the second Tomb Raider film.
But why not? I mean, why have any of them, honestly? But why the first one, or why the second one and not the first one?
Ooh, this was on Paramount Plus originally, but I really love a series of unfortunate events.
Lemony Snickets. Yeah, it's a pretty good movie.
Fun fact: this is actually the first ever Nickelodeon film to ever win an Oscar.
Did you ever happen to get the chance to see the Netflix series?
No, I'm not gonna lie.
It's pretty good.
I just really love this movie so much. And it's just
I also like Lemony Snickets. I'm not comparing the two, but it's really fucking good.
But it's just like I wish they made a sequel out of this one, but sadly it didn't do so well at the box office. Even though
you should definitely check out the TV series at some point. It's super good. Neil Patrick Harris does a great job.
Man, he's got some stiff competition with Jim Carrey because I thought Jim Carrey was phenomenal.
I think they both have different strengths for sure, but I still think he did good enough job for me to say, hey, check it out.
I mean, maybe it's again. There's just so many things I have to watch.
Yeah,
already,
I mean, it's not going anywhere. If you get the chance, check it out.
Yeah. What else is there? Let's see. Boop 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 boop. Let's see. Oh yeah, Minority Report's on here. I think
that's a really good movie.
I've never seen Minority Report actually.
It's good. I like it a lot. It's one of those ones that you should definitely watch more than once. I feel like there's something new I notice every time I watch it.
They added Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol. I really like that one. Although I think I think Fallout might be my favorite Mission Impossible movie so far.
So far, same.
No,
2 is my favorite. Mission Impossible 2 is my.
Oh yeah, they have that one here too.
Oh my.
I've heard it's really
the
bad.
best one, dude. It's fucking awful. It's like I don't even understand how, because like Mission Impossible wasn't that bad. Mission Impossible 2, however, that's a whole nother can of worms.
Let's see. Let's see.
My gun is quick.
Nacho
Libre.
I've actually never seen Nacho Libre.
You need to fucking watch Nacho Libre. Nacho!
I will say I don't think Jack Black is Mexican. So
he doesn't need to be Mexican. It's fucking amazing.
Let's see.
It's like Robert Downey Jr. in Tropic Thunder.
I don't know if that's the exact same comparison because like
it's
Robert Downey Jr. was
enough.
I mean, I'm not saying it's bad. Grant, I think there are white Mexicans. I think.
I'm not Mexican, so I.
I'm not saying.
I just say I don't know.
I think
probably. Have you seen Night of the Living Dead? That was like one of the early zombie movies.
I think it's from what I've heard, it was like probably like the first big catalyst in the cliche of the black guy dies.
Yeah. It was one of the first. Well, dies first.
He died. The black guy dies first in the whole. Wouldn't it be funny if like there was like a remake of Night of the Living Dead and the black guy's the only one?
Yeah, he's the only one that makes it.
Honestly,
actually, you might don't say that too loud. You should copyright that. Honestly, maybe you should do that.
We could do a horror movie.
Dude, I'm just saying, if you watch Night of the Living Dead, it was made on like literally a non-existent budget, but you can definitely see its age, but it's still fun to watch.
I've heard some really good things about Night of the Living Dead.
I like it.
Let's see. There's Paw Patrol Live at Home. Oh boy.
Oh, my favorite.
Yeah. What? I didn't click that. They had Paranormal Activity 3, although they don't have any of the other ones.
That's fine. All those movies are kind of garbage.
I need to rewatch. I don't think I've ever seen the first one. I've heard I've heard some really good. Like I've heard some kind of.
The first one is the only one that's worth anything, but even then, it's honestly mediocre.
Oh, wait, they have Paranormal Activity 4. I know that the last one they added 3D in like Paranormal Activity, the Ghost Dimension,
or whatever.
In 3D. It's like why would they have
the
this?
Phantom?
I haven't seen this. I've seen like the Sci-Fi Channel movie version of this, which I remember not being the worst.
Right.
Although I haven't seen this one. I've heard.
I saw that, but I was literally a child when I saw it, so I don't remember anything.
Billy
about
Zane as the Phantom.
Yeah, bro.
This is probably a good example. Although I've seen like the costumes, the costume of this and whatnot. Like I feel like the Phantom's probably one of the primest examples of like just because it's accurate to the comics doesn't mean
it's good.
Doesn't mean the costume looks good because it looks really cheap and silly. Let's see what they have here. The Prodigy. Let's see. Red Dawn, the one with Chris Hemsworth and Josh Peck.
I didn't like that movie.
I haven't seen. All I know is that it has Josh Peck. They have I've never seen The Ring. I've heard some
the
good.
original Japanese version. I've seen, but that one's kind of like a collection of shorts more than a movie. Some of them are pretty good. Some of them are confusing.
I've seen Rocket Man.
I didn't really like that one.
Here's the thing. You know what the weird thing about Rocket Man is? I kind of like when comparing this to Bohemian Rhapsody. It's like for me, I actually like. I should say I liked Rocket Man, but I gotta say, for me with this and Bohemian Rhapsody, I liked Bohemian Rhapsody more. But however, the funny thing is, even though I like Bohemian Rhapsody more, I actually prefer the performance of Taron Egerton in Rocket Man more than Rami Malek in Bohemian Rhapsody. Like, don't get me wrong, I thought Rami Malek was great, but again, for me, I feel like Taron Egerton got a few more points for actually singing the songs, unlike Rami Malek, who kind of had everything dubbed.
Yeah, I mean,
for me, it's just kind of like if you're playing a singer, why not get someone? If you want someone who can sing, if you're casting someone who as a singer, why not get someone who can sing? Like I think like
I guess it comes to the point of like choosing either you could, at some points you do kind of have to pick one. Freddie Mercury had a very specific vocal range, and a lot of it was due to his teeth. There just aren't a lot of people that can sing like Freddie Mercury. And I guess at that point you're just left with, do we pick the guy that can look like him, or do we pick the guy that can sing like him? And for something like Bohemian Rhapsody, I think sticking to the latter of picking the guy that looks like him was really good for the film.
Like I think like the original, like one of the original, I think originally they got Sacha Baron Cohen to play Freddie Mercury, but then eventually he dropped out. And honestly, like I mean, Sacha Baron Cohen can sing, so it's like
yeah, but it's not a question of can you sing. It's can you sing like Freddie Mercury, and I feel like the answer for most people is no, I can't.
I mean, who knows? Regardless, I like Rocket Man. I really like Taron Egerton as what's his name, Elton John, but yeah. Let's see what else they have here. Let's see. They have Scrooge. They have the School of Rock. Let's see. Yeah, they basically they got a lot of. Oh yeah, I need to rewatch Skyfall. I haven't seen that in a hot minute. I really like Skyfall. Let's see. Oh yeah, they have Sonic the Hedgehog, the new movie that came out last year.
Yeah, it was alright.
Yeah, I think Jim Carrey for me made that movie.
Yeah, it was definitely the strongest part about it, for sure.
Yeah, I'm probably most excited about him joining
SpongeBob movies.
Oh yeah, like I think this was already on Paramount Plus, and obviously this is a Paramount Plus original.
Right.
They don't have the second film though.
They have all of the hang on, scroll up.
They don't have all the Star Trek.
They have
movies.
most of them. They have Star Trek: The Motion Picture, The Wrath of Khan, The Search for Spock, The Voyage Home. Yeah, they do.
Well, no, they don't have the first J.J. Abrams and Into Darkness, but they do have Beyond.
Well, they have all the important ones.
Oh, I mean, like I really like that first J.J. Abrams one. I haven't seen Into Darkness.
I didn't like any of them.
I really liked the first one. Let's see. I think Sweeney Todd and Super 8 were still on were on here, but I really like both of these, especially Sweeney Todd.
Yeah, Demon Barber, Fleet Street, B-League.
Yeah. Terminator Dark Fate, I was kind of on this film.
I thought that movie was piss.
Like, for me, here's the thing. I've only seen the ones that are currently canon, which are the Terminator, Terminator 2, and Dark Fate. And honestly, the only one I liked was Terminator 2 Judgment Day.
I thought the Terminator was really good. It's definitely different than Judgment Day. It's more of like a horror movie, and that's what I liked about it. That scene where he walks up to the police station, and he's like, I need to see Sarah Connor. And he's like, we can't let you in there. I'll be back.
For me, I thought it felt very low budget, whereas and kind of
that's
just
it was.
Well, I mean, yeah, I know, like, but it's like I don't know. It's just suffice to say, I thought things got really interesting with Terminator 2 Judgment Day. I thought that was phenomenal.
Yeah, no, it's a good sequel for sure.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's see. Trying to find out what else they have here. Yeah, like I said, most of this is probably movies you've never heard of before, but it's at least worth talking a little bit about. Let's see. They have Zodiac. I thought that there's Wolf of Wall Street. There it is. But yeah, I think that this little segment has gone a little bit far. But yeah, regardless, I'm pretty impressed over what they have over at Paramount Plus right now, and apparently, new releases will be on. New releases will be on Paramount Plus like 45 days or so after they're released in theaters. So
Neat.
yeah, I think they're gonna start off with A Quiet Place Part 2. So, but yeah, we'll have to see what goes on. Regardless, here's a little part we both saw Cruella.
Yep.
Yeah, and we found out that movie cost $175 million to make, which I don't know why you would ever make a movie like Cruella for that much money. I don't know what the gain was for that.
It makes sense when you don't think about it.
Yeah. But yeah, we saw Cruella, and I will say, having thought about Cruella a bit, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't really enjoy it.
I'm on the same boat. I just think that the characters in the movie weren't strong enough, especially the character of Cruella. She was a very conflicting character. And here's the thing: you can have a character that's conflicting with other characters. In fact, that usually creates interests and intrigue, and it's good. But she conflicted with herself at a core level in the sense that Cruella de Vil doesn't give an actual shit about animals yet. In this whole movie, she spends a lot of it doing just that. They don't really take any leaps or bounds or really, in my opinion, create a believable or interesting backstory for Cruella de Vil. They just waste time showing that she does all of these things for no real reason. It doesn't show you how she grows into being Cruella de Vil as we know her.
Because they didn't really follow I don't mind. I do encourage
artistic liberties.
Artistic liberties. But at the same time, the core elements of what made Cruella de Vil are not present in this film
at all. She cares too much. I think that she should have if we're gonna get into can I say things about the movie?
Hold on, let me just boop.
There we go. I think she should have killed the fucking Dalmatians. I think
really...
they should have gone through with that because it doesn't make any sense as to why she wouldn't have. Cruella de Vil would 110% do that for sure. But also,
and the movie makes it look like she did.
Yeah, and then but also if you're trying to tell us that she didn't start out this way, and your goal is to at least on some level show us how she got to being Cruella de Vil, then you should do that because it literally didn't happen. She spends the whole movie loving animals and just being a completely almost normal person, except for when she decides to do all of that stuff, and it just doesn't make any sense.
And at this point, people are and the reason why we bring up Cruella is that they're doing a sequel to Cruella, which, admittedly, I'm not surprised because even though it's not doing well at the box office, it is getting good response. People seem to like it, which is probably. Which for a Disney reimagining, that's got to be something for them.
Yeah.
Which I find really ironic because I've been defending most of the Disney reimagining, and this is one of the only ones I didn't like. I don't hate it. I don't think it's awful or anything, but it's just for me. I
definitely think it doesn't work. I don't think any of them have been incredible, and I like the Jungle Book quite a bit.
Oh, I love the Jungle
Aladdin
Book.
Wasn't bad. Didn't really like The Lion King.
Well, I do.
But I think this one, out of all of them, was definitely the weakest in the sense that
I wouldn't. For me, I thought Dumbo was a little bit worse.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one. I didn't even. Dumbo is way worse. Leaps and Bounds 110% super worse. But not counting Dumbo.
This would be.
I think it would be the weakest one, just simply because it doesn't At the very least, I can say that as much as I didn't like The Lion King, it captured some things about The Lion King.
And there was at least technology wise, there was you could see why there was it was an interesting experiment to see what would, even though it's not live action, what would it look like if it did look live action. Granted, I am a big defender of Lion King. I make that no secret. But even then, granted, there are still some some of the Disney reimaginings I haven't seen. I still haven't seen Alice through the Looking Glass.
I have.
You didn't?
Not.
I
didn't enjoy it. No.
But yeah, one thing I completely forgot when we were talking about this, the Disney reimaginings before, was that Well, I forgot about how much I enjoyed the original Alice.
Me too. I was about to say I was just about to say the first one was so much better.
Yeah, I really
Me too. Especially the last sequence, the big chess battle thing. It was fucking awesome.
Like the style was really cool. Like the music was amazing.
The special effects were super cool.
Yeah, especially when you take into like how I describe it. It's like how they do little things, like for example, making Johnny Depp's eyes slightly bigger. Yeah. Where it's like that's a great example of the uncanny valley working to its advantage.
Yep.
Or even like the Red Queen, like making her head look big and not making
the two fat dudes.
Oh, Tweedledee and Tweedledum.
Tweedledee and Tweedledum, yeah.
Yeah, or even just also other little things like making Alice look bigger but also it doesn't look out of place.
Right.
Yeah, I really liked Alice in Wonderland. But yeah, the reason they're doing a sequel to Cruella. I don't really know where you would go with this because. Now, if they did set this up like, how Cruella de Vil would be, that would be interesting. Like, with her, hating animals and her rising to power.
That's really the only way I could see them going with this. Because, like, at the end, she kind of, she at least establishes herself. She's now at the place where she's pretty much going to be up until 101 Dalmatians. And honestly, things are going pretty good for her. She got a leg up over the person that she wanted to outcompete. And she's got her two friends, which honestly she shouldn't have because she spends the whole movie treating them like shit. And then the entire time they're just like, whatever. I guess we'll just keep simping for her. But like, I mean, if they do take a route with the second movie where I don't understand how you would possibly accomplish that. It feels like you've already kind of told a complete story that really doesn't need any expanding. And there's no real room, at least in my opinion.
The way they've set up Cruella de Vil, it's like at this point, if they were to go with the traditional Cruella de Vil scent, like way she does things, it's like it would feel out of character for this character.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. There's no real room to expand her character because her character has already fully you have developed it. You've completely developed it pretty much.
Not even developed it. It's like you've already kind of screwed up the character this much. I don't know what you could do to take it back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like.
Maybe they can establish some sort of really horrific freak thing that happens to her in the sequel.
But again, I feel like that would feel so weird.
It's out of place.
It's a damned if you do, damned if you don't. If you make her, I mean, like
if you ignore it, it doesn't make sense in the sense that your audience is going to be confused and everyone's going to be like, wait a second, but she wasn't like this. And then if you do something about it, it's just not going to make sense.
It's just, man, if they just did follow up, if they did just do with that Cruella movie, like actually having her be this twisted evil person,
really giving. Because like
then a sequel would make sense.
This is one thing that I kind of found interesting. At first, I sort of liked how they were tackling that whole like idea of her being like two different people, sort of.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought that was a little bit silly.
I think it became silly. At first, I was like, okay, this could be interesting, but then they didn't do anything with it, and really, if anything, it just made the plot silly, like you said. But
especially with her hair.
But I think if they would have like really delved into that topic seriously and kind of made it a case of her using this sort of alter persona for her advantage, but then it becoming a thing of that persona actually taking over her personality and her having to do things to keep up the illusion and image to the point where telling apart one and the other becomes like not possible. That would have been interesting. That might have been interesting, but they didn't. Yeah. They didn't do anything like that.
Yeah, again, like I can see why they're doing a sequel to this because again, people do seem to like it. I mean, people like this more than a lot of the other Disney reimaginings. But it's just, man, I just don't know where you would really go with this. It's just kind of you kind of screwed up the character already as is. But regardless, they're doing that. So hopefully they don't greenlight $175 million budget next time because Jesus Christ. That's way too big. But
That's what she said.
Oh no. Well, speaking of she's back.
Fuck.
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 Madea, like Tyler Perry released this video on Twitter. What?
Hey, guess what's happening?
What?
Okay, I want to take that. Sorry. Madea. This is Madea saying I'm coming back and I'm on Netflix. I can't wait to tell you so guys out there. Madea's coming to Netflix. We need to laugh, man. Too much is going on in the country. We need a lab, so I was done. But I wasn't. But she's coming back. Madea, I'm with it. I am Madea on Netflix. I can't wait.
God isn't real and life sucks.
You look so depressed right now.
I am. I don't even know what to say. I don't know why.
Because the backstory for this is that a Madea family funeral was going to be the last Madea film.
And I was really excited about that because no more Madea films. I think they're freaking terrible. Every single person that I ever talked to about these just is like, oh, but I love those. And I'm like, what do you like about them?
I mean, I think, here's the thing, I'm not upset over this coming back, because really, if I really didn't want to watch it, I don't have to.
I don't care,
and
but
Madea has a fan base. It does have a fan base.
It does, but
And I will say,
I don't understand. I don't understand.
I do like Tyler Perry's, his explanation. He's like, we got I want to make my audience laugh. We've been through a lot over the past year. I get it. It's just, man, Madea is just, man. Oh God, and how do I describe it? It's you can probably tell I'm not a fan of the Madea movies. Not quite. I thought a Madea, Boo 2, a Madea, what was it? Boo 2, a Madea Halloween, the sequel to Boo, a Madea Halloween, I thought was horrible. And I didn't. And
I haven't seen every single Madea movie, but every Madea movie that I've ever seen, I have not liked.
Yeah, the thing is, they take such a ridiculous character like Madea, which, alright, but then they have, these, legit serious storylines.
Yeah, it's you gotta pick one, man. If you want to actually, talk about something serious, and, it's not that you can't do serious things in a comedy, it's just that, you have to know how to place it and where to put it.
I feel like a character I just feel like a character like Madea, a character as silly as Madea, I just don't think translates well to a dramatic storytelling. It's just it's like trying to have Jack and Jill also be
yeah, like a serious drama about a family falling apart because of some guy's twin sister, but it's actual serious stuff and the kids crying and divorces. It'd be like putting that in Jack and Jill. Yeah.
It's just I just don't feel like the tones clash well, because I can't really take a movie that seriously when Tyler Perry is just is wearing a dress and a wig hallelujah.
The whole joke is, oh look, it's Tyler Perry in drag with a fat suit.
Yeah, it's just
It's it's been done a million times. Big Mama's House, all of the Tyler Perry movies. Nutty Professor. Oh, that one didn't involve cross-dressing. Yeah, Norbit. It's been done to death.
Actually, Nutty Professor did involve cross-dressing.
Did it?
Yeah, remember there's the entire family is Eddie Murphy.
Yeah. I remember. Yeah, you're right. Mm-hmm.
I will say that thing was
extremely impressive. It reminded me of Coming to America. You know how he played a bunch of the characters.
It's like Coming to America times 10.
Yeah, times 10, because he only did that for a few of them, and then it's
every character in the tale except for the kid, except for the little kid.
For the kid is Eddie Murphy. That must have been so confusing for that child to film.
I will say, the movie did, the Nutty Professor actually won an Oscar for makeup.
I think it deserved to.
I really like Nutty Professor.
Yeah, me too.
But yeah, Madea, she's coming to Netflix. It's apparently she has a Twitter account, but it's it doesn't even have 100,000 followers. What?
Well, here you go, giving it exposure. It'll probably get there.
Oh boy, but yeah,
let's get Madea to 100K followers.
Let's get Madea.
Smash that follow button.
Smash that follow button. Yeah. I don't really have anything to say about Madea after this. I was like, all right, just kind of.
I'm not gonna watch it. I don't think.
Yeah. I might maybe.
I'm not gonna.
Unless
it gets a 100% fresh rating on Rotten Tomatoes.
I think only one Madea movie has gotten good reviews. It was I Can Do Bad All by Myself. But yeah.
I haven't seen it.
I haven't either. But yeah. Our next subject is regarding the Flash movie. Ah, dang, I forgot to bring up that article again.
About the guy that plays the Flash?
Oh, yeah, Ezra Miller. We'll talk about that here. Well, I guess I could technically just talk about it, but...
Yeah, let's bring it up. Let's go on a tangent, dog.
Yeah, basically, there's been some new news regarding the Flash movie, where we have an image of Michael Keaton, or at least like his bat suit and whatnot, and apparently, we also got our first look at Supergirl's costume in the movie.
Huh.
Yeah,
That's interesting.
Yeah, first we'll talk about okay. I will say first of all, I'm really interested in this Flash movie because there's so much going on here. Like, for one, they're bringing back Michael Keaton as Batman, which is interesting. And also, if I'm not mistaken, this is going to be Ben Affleck's last hurrah as Batman as well.
I mean, I really wouldn't call it a hurrah the last few things he's been in as Batman.
I mean, I
don't think it's been that fun for him in terms of critical reception.
I mean, yeah, but I still think Ben Affleck himself in those movies, I still thought was phenomenal as Batman. Like,
I wouldn't say phenomenal. I mean, was he the least bad part of the movie? I don't even know. I don't think he was a great Batman.
I just thought he really captured the idea of he captured the idea of this guy is like Bruce Wayne is dead. This guy is Batman, and he uses Bruce Wayne as the mask. I thought that was done really amazingly with Ben Affleck's Batman. Plus, I thought his action scenes were phenomenal, and just overall for me, Ben Affleck is probably my favorite Batman. Christian Bale is definitely a close second, but I do really love Ben Affleck. But yeah. What are your thoughts on Michael Keaton also returning as Batman?
I don't really know. I can't really say that I'm terribly excited. I've kind of not been excited for anything DC movie universe related for a hot minute.
Oh, I thought you seem to be pretty looking forward to Super Pets.
Yeah, dude, of course. No, but in all seriousness, like actual DC movie stuff like Wonder Woman, Aquaman, I haven't really enjoyed much of it. I just don't think that. I mean, it's I'm gonna wait for it to come out, definitely, and I'm probably gonna see it, but I'm not holding my breath.
I will say this is coming from the director of It.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am really looking forward to that. But this will, I am saying, with this including, Ben Affleck's Batman and even Michael Keaton's Batman, this is going to be a crazy movie. Mm-hmm. Especially since apparently they're also bringing in Supergirl, which she's going to be played by Sasha Calais as Supergirl. Although people were this one dude was, I got this Twitter argument with this one dude saying, but Supergirl's supposed to have blonde hair, not black hair.
Supergirl's literally a fucking alien, dog. What are you talking about? She can look like whatever. She's an alien.
But even then, it's like her hair being blonde won't make the movie any better or worse. Like, we had a Supergirl movie where she was blonde. In my opinion, was one of the worst. It's definitely for me, it's probably the worst comic book film I've ever seen in my life.
I don't know if I've seen that.
Oh, the 80s Supergirl movie?
No, I haven't seen that.
It is. I gotta show you that movie one day.
It's pretty bad.
It's unbelievable. I thought Superman 4: The Quest for Peace.
I was about to ask you, is it worse than Superman 4: The Quest for Peace?
At least Superman 4 has a plot you can follow. I don't know what
was that the one that Richard Pryor was in?
No, that was the third one.
Third one, yeah, that one was also pretty.
The fourth one is The Quest for Peace is the one with Nuclear Man.
Is that the one where he throws all the nukes into the sun?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Superman 4 is
for me it did hold the crown for the worst comic book movie I've seen until I saw Supergirl.
Until you saw Supergirl, yeah.
I gotta show you. That movie's insane. It's like, I was losing my mind watching the movie. I was like, what? She literally fights this big monster, except it's invisible. It's an invisible. She fights a giant invisible monster in the movie.
I'm assuming they didn't have the budget.
No, yeah, you're right. And it's like, because you can't say. We gotta watch Supergirl.
Yeah, I'm excited now.
It's on HBO Max, I think. It is.
I'm excited now.
It is horrible. Man. it'll make you glad you're watching current DC.
Yeah.
Because man, even I think DC's doing well so far. Like they had
IDK, man. I mean,
I really
1984 was pretty.
I mean, yeah, but
Pogant.
I mean, yeah, I wasn't that hot on Wonder Woman 1984, but we also had, I thought Aquaman was really cool. I thought we had Shazam, we had Joker. Even though Joker's not in the DCEU, it's still DC. I thought, that Teen Titans Go movie was really funny.
I didn't see the Teen Titans Go movie. Aquaman was all right. IDK. I had my own fair share of problems with the like last fight.
Oh yeah, I wasn't
scene.
so hot. I wasn't so hot on the last fight scene, but I thought everything leading up to that was really cool. Especially when it was trying to be like Fast and Furious, kind of silly, but it kind of works as like Aquaman. Aquaman's kind of.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think that's also part of what kind of not killed it for me, but I don't know. I didn't think it was awful though. I didn't think it was as bad as like Wonder Woman 1984 or the theatrical release of Justice League or something.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. Yeah, we also had the Snyder Cut of Justice League.
Yeah, but that doesn't really mean anything.
Although I will say, I do want to try to see the Justice is Gray version, where it's like, cause like there's another version of the Snyder Cut, but it's in black and white. I want to see that because that might make things look even better.
Maybe, I don't know. I feel like that kind of feels like a confusing kind of way to do it, just because at least. To me, at least, like the colors of the heroes have always been kind of not important with Justice League, but something to note for sure. They all had a very interesting array of especially Cyborg and stuff. But I don't know, could be neat.
I do want to try to check that out.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I am interested to see like how they're going to explain. I'm wondering if Supergirl.
So is Ezra Miller going to be in this?
Yeah. Here's the thing. Here's the reason why I don't know whether to be excited for this movie or not. Because, Ezra Miller was caught on camera choking a girl out on.
Yeah.
And the things people tried to tell me on Facebook and Twitter.
Oh, it was just a joke. They were just playing.
I'm like, no, you look at the Variety article that broke the story,
and not only that,
the bartender literally said this was a real altercation and he was thrown out. This was real.
Yeah, like the fuck.
And the worst part of it is, it's not even just that. It's that not only has Ezra Miller not said a thing about it, Warner Brothers has said nothing about this. Or did anything about this.
What's there to say? Honestly, except for Ezra Miller should literally be in freaking jail at the least, but...
It's like, I don't want, it's like, when you compare, I don't want to make this a thing about, a whole thing about Johnny Depp, but it's like, when you have Johnny Depp who, there's allegations and whatnot, Grant, I don't know what to think about the Johnny Depp Amber Heard situation.
I'm pretty sure most of the allegations she made against him pretty much demonstrated to be untrue. I mean, if anything, it turned out that the opposite was the case. She was abusing him.
It was in the British court. They favored Amber Heard, but again, even then, it's like you have allegations with Johnny Depp, whereas with Ezra Miller, you have literal video evidence of him choking a woman out, and it's like, and they're not even gonna mention it at all.
Yep.
I just find that very weird, and it's just like, that's why I'm not sure whether to be excited for this movie now, because again, everything about this, I am interested in. I'm interested to see how they're going to bring in Supergirl. I'm willing to bet she's probably going to be in the, from a different dimension or whatnot, considering they're already bringing in Michael Keaton's Batman. I'm excited to see Ben Affleck, come back as Batman for his last go-around, but
and it'll be pretty cool to see Ezra Miller come back as the Flash for his last go-around, too.
oh boy. Yeah. Supergirl comes on screen, he just decides to choke her.
Yeah, just ah!
You silly Flash.
God, dude.
Oh boy.
Nah, but I really hope he gets in fucking trouble over this, because
he won't. They've said nothing about it now. They're not going to say anything about it later.
I mean, I just hope that the bartender lady pursues this with the police because he assaulted her.
Who knows what'll happen, but it's just, I just wish there was more action taken. At least an apology. If there was at least an apology, but not even that.
Well, man, that's the thing. Having money kind of immunizes you from any real consequences, isn't it? Look at James Charles, or just the slew of people that have just come out in the past year as being absolute pieces of shit. Are any of them in jail? No, not really. They might have gotten a bit of a lashing on Twitter, but that's about it. Like, it doesn't surprise me at this point. It just sucks.
And what really surprises me is that how many people tried to convince me, oh no, it wasn't real. It was a joke. I'm like, the Variety article literally said that the bartender said it was real.
That's what happens when you start like getting into worshiping famous people. You start to cross that line of like not being able to believe that they do anything wrong, and it's crazy.
And it's like, it's just. Like, fan culture just does not like.
It doesn't make sense.
It really doesn't. Yeah. But regardless, we have a couple more topics to discuss. One of which I'm actually kind of excited over is it's just been greenlit. We are going to be getting a Beauty and the Beast prequel series surrounding Josh Gad as LeFou and what was it? And Luke Evans as Gaston.
No one sings like Gaston. Yeah.
No one fucks like Gaston. No one cooks like Gaston. Think you have a wife? No, it is mine. I'm Gaston. I'm especially good at ejaculating.
My God, I didn't know those were the real lyrics.
That was like from an Unus Annus bit, but like if you got like, hopefully again, hopefully if you guys, I hope you guys know the reference. I'm talking about the Unus Annus reference.
Yeah, if you don't, it's too late to catch up because it's gone.
I mean, I think compilation still exists on YouTube, but it's like,
but the thing is gone.
But yeah, Beauty and the Beast prequel series. First off, I gotta say, I personally really liked that Beauty and the Beast film, but in my opinion, the best part of that movie easily was Luke Evans as Gaston.
Yeah, I remember seeing the Beauty and the Beast film. What was that, 2016?
2017.
17, yeah. Actually went out on a date with this girl to go see it. Easily one of the top 10 things I regret in this life. But the movie was pretty good. The date was not.
Oh, the date.
Yeah.
But yeah, what did you think of Luke Evans as Gaston?
I thought he killed it. I thought it was freaking. I thought it was like one of those. If it would have been the first thing he would have ever been casted in, it probably would have typecasted him for the rest of his life.
Man, that it's like I can't believe how well say what you will about these Disney reimaginings, but they usually nail the casting.
Oh yeah, for the most part, yeah.
Even with fucking Cruella, Emma Stone's a great choice to play Cruella DeVille. Or, having Seth Rogen play Pumbaa, or John Oliver as Zazu. It's just, they always find, the perfect, they usually find the perfect people to play these characters, and it's just so, just so entertaining. And
for real.
Although, the funny thing is, in the movie, Gaston is straight and LeFou is gay, but in real life, Josh Gad is straight, and Luke Evans is gay.
That's actually pretty funny.
Which I will say is it is kind of funny considering Gaston's probably the embodiment of toxic
masculinity. It's like toxic masculinity with a dial cranked up to 11.
Yeah, and it's just, man, I just can't stop, but even today I was listening to the song, that version of Gaston, because it's just so man,
so good.
Yeah, it is really good. What are your thoughts on Disney Plus coming back to this world and coming back to these two glorious dudes?
I'm pretty excited to see it. They did a really fantastic job in the movie the first go around, and I'd really be interested to see what more they have to tell us from that world, as you said, because another thing that really caught my attention about the movie was just the I guess set design would be the word I'm looking for, just the background and all of that stuff.
Production design. Yeah, I think it was actually nominated for 2 Oscars, production design and costume design. Although I probably would have also given a nomination for best original song for Evermore.
Yeah.
But I thought Beauty and the Beast did lots of really cool things. For example, I thought it did a really good job with adapting. So because here's the thing. One of the things I was really wondering how they were going to how they're going to try to pull it off is like, how do you make all the furniture and all the like lamps or the clock, like how do you make all these inanimate objects alive and not make it come across as kind of stupid? Cause it's sort of like the same concern I had over, how are they going to do the genie? Cause like,
exactly.
Like, it's like so out there and insane. Like, are we going to be able to buy it? But I gotta say, they did, I thought they did.
Genie was one of the best parts in Aladdin.
I thought he was the best part of Aladdin. And with Beauty and the Beast, they managed to design all the, inanimate objects in a way where
it was believable.
Yeah, and it looked, and again,
it looked like it fit in with, everything else. It wasn't like out of place, didn't really call your attention to it. You're just like, oh yeah, that candle's talking. It's all right.
Yeah,
it happens. They do that.
I also especially love their rendition of "Be Our Guest," like the way they kind of. I always find it. That's one of the things I actually do really like about these Disney reimaginings, where it's like, like try to figure out how did they go through the challenges of adapting something into either live action, or in the case of Lion King, making it appear live action. Like you can't have it go as silly as the original, but what can you do to work around that? That's one of the advantages. Like one of the interesting challenges I like seeing in these Disney reimaginings, and I am really excited to see where they go with this Beauty and the Beast prequel series. Now, granted, it doesn't have a title yet. I guess there's going to be this one woman named Brianna Middleton, although it says that she's a newcomer, so I can't really have an opinion over her. But do you think Emma Watson would make an appearance in this? Considering she played Belle.
I don't know. I mean, it is a prequel, so I don't know how much of it will really have anything directly to do with. But also, like, depends on how far back they go in it, because, like,
I mean, if it's starring Luke Evans and Josh Gad, it can't be that far.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I honestly didn't really get the hate that Emma Watson got for her performance as Belle. I thought she was pretty good.
Honestly, I'm struggling to say anything about it just because I don't really remember much about her performance.
I think it's probably more or less the side characters that stood out a little bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I am interested to see what they do with this.
Me too.
Again, I do really love Luke Evans as Gaston, and anytime I can see more of Luke Evans as Gaston, I'm just gonna be like, yes, there's Gaston. But yeah. Anyways,
no one Gastons like Luke Evans.
What?
No one Gastons like Luke Evans.
You're right, exactly. I gotta say, it really was shocking to see how much he did fit into the role, like looking like looked like Gaston.
Yeah.
Like even the fucking
the costume design was also super well done in that movie.
Oh yeah, like I said, it was. I think it got nominated for the Oscar for best costume design, but I think it lost to Phantom Thread, with the one with Daniel Day-Lewis. Like it's Daniel Day-Lewis's final.
I'm trying to remember if I've seen Phantom Thread.
It's on Peacock, I think.
I'll have to check it out.
Wait, no, is it on Peacock or is it on HBO Max?
I have HBO Max, and I think I also have Peacock.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to check that out. I don't think I've seen it.
Like Daniel Day-Lewis's performance is really, really good.
Yeah, I like.
I mean, it's Daniel Day-Lewis, so
yeah,
I mean,
one's not going to be good.
Yeah, even if he's in a movie that's not all that great, he's usually great in it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and probably our final topic today is one regarding one of our favorite action films, probably maybe ever, was Mad Max Fury Road.
Hell, fucking yeah!
This movie, here's the thing. I wasn't even really expecting much out of Mad Max Fury Road because it's like
I kind of wasn't either. See, I was one of the ones that went in having seen all of the Mad Max movies before it, and Mad Max is pretty good. Mad Max Road Warrior is real good. That movie's a banger. Beyond the Thunderdome kind of sucked. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't think it was that good. So for when I heard that there was a new director. And also, it was the same guy that did Happy Feet.
Oh no! George Miller directed all the original Mad Max films.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah, same director.
That's true. But
when
I heard that they were doing a fourth one after Beyond the Thunderdome, I didn't know what to expect. I was like, okay, well, I mean, it's been a hot minute since Beyond the Thunderdome, so I'm assuming frickin' what's his name?
Mel Gibson?
Anti-Semite. Yeah.
Yeah.
Since he isn't involved. It's not really going to follow up from Beyond the Thunderdome, which to me was a good thing. But then I also was like, who knows what they're going to do. So I wasn't holding my breath, but I was cautiously optimistic. And it fucking blew me away. Everything about that movie is freaking perfect. The sound design, the pyrotechnics, the effects,
the stunts,
the stunts.
I mean,
practical
definitely
effects.
Definitely the stunts.
Everything about that movie. That movie hits a sweet spot for everyone. If you're a fan of action, the sound of everything is incredible. The action is tight.
Yeah, this movie won like 6 Oscars.
Yeah, if you're a car guy, you're gonna love this movie. They show the classic '77 Ford Interceptor that Max usually drives for like all of less than like 5 or 6 minutes. It doesn't. You still remember it way on down the line. All the cars are something to look at. It's just the movie is a spectacle.
It really. Also, the movie's fucking insane.
Oh yeah.
I wish I could have seen this in the theater because, like, man,
dude, I got to see it in theaters. Took my dad to see it and everything.
Like, it just, cause like it's one of those movies where it's like I feel like I'm losing my mind, but it's like I don't want to look away.
Yep.
It's like especially like during the those sandstorm scenes, it's like
yep.
what a
lovely day,
and then it immediately cuts to like this little bird bobblehead thing. I was like, what am I? But yet at the same time, it's not stupid. It's not a stupid act. Like, it's actually really phenomenal in visual storytelling.
Yep, and it really does set up like a very like. It immerses you.
And here's the funny thing about that movie. This is like the exact opposite of what the new iCarly was, where you can tell what a character's gone through just by the look on their faces.
Yep.
Like that, like especially with the women love slaves, like
who were also Immortan Joe's daughters.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it was incest.
Oh god, that makes me more fucked up.
That's why all of the other dudes that were also his children, like the little wheelchair dude and the big freakish guy, that's why they were so deformed, because they were incest babies.
Oh god, ew.
Yeah, fun little thing if you didn't know about that.
Yeah, and like I said, the movie was nominated for lots of Oscars. It won 6 of them. It won film editing, costume design, makeup and hairstyling, production design, sound editing, and sound mixing.
Which it definitely deserved every single goddamn one of those.
It lost Best Visual Effects to Ex Machina, although
that's understandable.
I would actually put Star Wars: The Force Awakens as my choice for Best Visual Effects that year. Mainly because I thought with Mad Max Fury Road, I can't like a lot. Like, don't get me wrong, here's the thing about. Okay, I'm just gonna lay it out for the movies of 2015. 2015 was probably, in my opinion, when you look at like the competition, it was for me the best year for visual effects we've ever had. It's like, here's the funny thing. There were so many great effects films that year. I don't even know if I would have even nominated Fury Road, and that's sad because I thought Fury Road had phenomenal visual effects. But it's like, again, I'm not gonna, again. That's not. That's it. It really is fun, amazing when you look at it. But also, it was nominated. It didn't win Best Director, George Miller, but he lost that to Alejandro Gonzalez Iñárritu for The Revenant, which I can that would have been my choice too. Because like Jesus Christ, when you look at how they made the movie, it feels like it would have been impossible to film The Revenant.
Yeah, dude. Especially that they film all of that with natural lighting.
Most of the film was filmed with natural
outside, and like that means you had
not only that they had to film that with mostly natural light in Alaska during the winter, where like sunlight was only around for like maybe a couple of hours
at the most, and it was freezing. You were freezing your tits off out there.
Long takes, long action scenes with tons of visual effects. Like, that's why I would have given the Oscar that year to Alejandro Gonzalez Iñárritu. And I think Mad Max.
Also, that bear scene.
Though. That bear looked amazing.
Dude, that scene makes me cringe from the inside. In the sense that like, cringe. Holy shit. I'm watching. This is hard to watch. He's getting mauled to death by a bear.
And not only that, but like directing Leonardo DiCaprio to win his first Oscar, which people have been making memes over for decades.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, and I think Mad Max Fury Road ultimately lost Best Picture to Spotlight, which I would have put. Mad Max Fury Road would have been my choice for Best Picture that year.
Yeah, me too. I think.
But and the reason why I would have given like the visual effects Oscar to Star Wars: The Force Awakens, because I thought it had like. It had the most variety with visual effects, but also at the same time, like, excelled at every single one of those aspects. But again, 2015 was such a phenomenal year for visual effects. It's like...
Yeah, I probably would have gone with Ex Machina, I think, just... I don't know. I've seen the few VFX breakdown videos I've seen on it have really wowed me every single time, and then just watching the movies, it's a crazy feat that they did with the fucking robot chick.
I think
Nothing against The Force Awakens. I enjoyed that movie, but
I'm not even talking about like movies. I'm just talking about the
same. I mean, I
Like,
thought
my-
the effects in it were good.
I think my choices for visual effects that year would have been Ex Machina, Furious 7 because of what they did with Paul Walker.
Right.
What was it? The Revenant, Star Wars: The Force Awakens. Wait, did I say? Wait, no. Let's see.
Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
I would have given. Let's see. My nominees would have been Ex Machina, Chappie. That's a movie I'm shocked did not get nominated for an Oscar for
me
visual
too.
effects. Like, and that might be the best CGI robot I've ever seen in my life.
I still need to see Chappie.
I've seen the visual effects breakdowns.
Yeah, I've seen trailers for it, and the trailers really drew me to it, specifically because of the robot.
It did, like, if I'm not mistaken, Chappie did not even make it to the second round of the shortlist. Like, let me look for this. Like, and yes, people, I do have a full-on document of the history of visual effects shortlist at the Oscars. I'm kind of a nut over visual effects. I'm not TBH. But yeah,
I didn't hear great things about.
Oh yeah,
Chappie as a movie,
I didn't hear good things about Chappie either.
Me neither, but it did look good.
Yeah, this was like round 1 of the short list. You can see Chappie's right there, but it did not make it to round 2, which I really like. Granted, yeah, a lot of this is great, is amazing competition. I would have probably easily taken out Jurassic World in favor of Chappie, though.
Yeah, I agree.
And I probably would have taken out The Walk in favor of in favor of Furious 7, but even then, like, I'm not as adamant about The Walk as much as I am with Jurassic World. But even then, so even though the nominees, like the nominees were Mad Max Fury Road, The Martian, The Revenant, Star Wars, and ultimately the winner Ex Machina, even though I wouldn't nominate Mad Max or The Martian, or at least nowadays, it's still, unlike Jurassic World, it's still such tough competition.
Yeah,
those
it's
movies,
tight.
it's like, that's why I say, like, in my opinion, 2015 was
A strong year, yeah.
but maybe the best year for visual effects. Because even then, you also have Tomorrowland and Avengers: Age of Ultron and Ant-Man. But regardless, yeah, Mad Max Fury Road. It's amazing. It's phenomenal. I love it so much. It's maybe in my opinion, like, it might be for me, like, if I don't put in comic book movies or whatnot, if I don't put in comic book movies, this might be the greatest action film I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, in terms of, if I were to include those, I'd probably put also, my favorite action movie of all time would have probably been The Dark Knight, but Mad Max Fury Road is fantastic. But the reason why we bring up Mad Max Fury Road is because they are doing a prequel movie on probably the best character in the film, Furiosa.
Yeah, Charlize Theron.
Yeah, that, like,
I never knew they could make a woman that usually looks so hot, looks so gruff and threatening.
oh, you've never seen Monster then.
Oh, yeah, you're right, though.
yeah,
Yeah, dude, yeah.
Oh,
Monster's a real trip, dog.
funny enough, same director of Wonder Woman.
Yeah, actually, I actually did know that, yeah.
Yeah, and if you've never seen Monster,
Check it out.
Charlize Theron is horrifying.
Check it out and strap in, dude. You're gonna be wowed.
Yeah, but regardless, like, funny, and also same actress, but yeah. But regardless, yeah, they're doing a Furiosa prequel, also directed by. Because here's the thing: the reason why I'm shocked that this is even being made is because I remember I was telling you this, and you were like, "Oh no," because you were hoping, like, it wouldn't be amazing if there was like another Mad Max film.
Yeah.
But I was telling you, well, George Miller and Warner Brothers are entangled in lawsuits together, and, like, I don't know if they're going, like, because, like, there's like a big court thing happening,
Right.
and it was like, and you're like, oh no, because they're like, no, we're never going to get another Mad Max movie, but looks like they are, and apparently they're filming this August, if I'm not mistaken. I think they are actually filming this, like, apparently this is going to
That makes me excited.
yeah,
And also the actress that they're getting for it, I really like her. I loved her in Split. She did a really good job in this Netflix series called The Queen's Gambit. If you haven't seen it, it's about it's a fictional sort of neat story set in the 60s. It's about chess. It's really good though.
I've heard nothing but great things about it. I heard it's gonna be a big contender at this year's Emmys.
Yeah, I'd check it out if you ever get the time.
Yeah,
It's only one season.
like, hold on, hey Google, Mad Max Furiosa cast. No, not. Hey Google. Furiosa prequel cast.
Charlize Theron, Tom Hardy, Hugh
Wait, no, that's Mad Max Fury Road. I think they said like Chris Hemsworth was gonna be in this movie.
Who's he gonna? Well, I guess we won't know until we see it.
Yeah, I mean it's a prequel and whatnot.
Maybe he's gonna be like a young Immortan Joe.
Man, I don't. No, I don't know. Also, I just realized. Did you know that like Hugh Keaysburn, the guy who played Immortan Joe, died last year?
Yeah, I did know that. He was also in the original Mad Max.
Oh yeah, I think I think he was. I haven't seen the other Mad Max movies, but it's because it's just like, although I think even George Miller has also not really even disclosed what Fury Road is. Like he said it's not a he said it's not a sequel, but it's also not a reboot. But I'm just like, well, what else can it be then? I just don't know. Like I don't like what is Mad Max Fury Road. So that's why when I have my favorite my top 10 favorite sequels or my top 10 favorite reboots, I just don't have Fury Road neither of them because I'm like,
because it's apparently neither.
I don't know what the fuck. Again, I don't know what the fuck this even is. Like, what is Mad Max Fury Road? But regardless, you know.
Well, see, it has to be kind of a sequel because it references the death of his wife and child, and that happened in the first movie. So, I mean, it can't be a reboot because it directly references an event in the first movie. So that's kind of a weird statement to me.
But it's also just a really like at least from what I've seen of the original Mad Max movies, it's a crazy new direction for these movies. Like I've heard the movies were kind of action heavy, but from what I've heard, they weren't this crazy. Like
no,
they
I mean
weren't
maybe
this
Beyond the
insane.
Thunderdome, but not like that. No. Well, no. You know, I'd say they were about as violent. You had a bunch of really
No, not even like violent. I mean, like just actually crazy.
Oh
like,
yeah.
Crazy.
Okay.
I will say if I were able to see this in the theater and maybe see it high on weed, like in a legal state,
Dude,
would
come to Michigan. Let's do it.
Man,
Let's do it.
I don't even. Well, granted, I don't know. I don't think they'll be playing Mad Max Fury Road at any point, but it's just like.
Yeah, that'd be one to see.
Well, what movie do you think would be the fucking weirdest experience while high?
That's a good question. The weirdest experience. The weirdest experience.
Like you would just feel like you're losing your goddamn mind while watching it.
Interstellar.
Interstellar?
I think Interstellar would be one of them for sure, especially like when they get to like the ice planet and shit, and you like stop being able to tell the difference between the ground and sky.
Oh boy! Oh my god! Imagine
or the water planet, dude.
Imagine if you watched Gravity.
Dude, yeah, that too. That one's actually really
imagine
crazy.
watching Gravity while high in the theater in 3D. You just be like, oh!
You want to hear a pretty terrifying experience? So
what?
I consumed an edible one time, and then my sister, she was like, "Hey, you want to go see a movie?" And it had already started to hit me pretty hard. I was like really fried, and I was like, I mean, I guess it'll get me out of the house, which will be nice. She took me to see Get Out.
Oh no!
She took me to see Get Out. Like we got to the part where the freaking groundskeeper guy just like sprints up to him, and then I turned to my sister because I was literally sweating. I was sweating so hard because I was just so unnerved. I turned to her and I was like, what did you take me to go see? Because I hadn't heard of Get Out, and I didn't know what it was. I didn't
know that Jordan Peele was making
No, I didn't know, because I wasn't really, like, you know, keeping my ear to the ground and shit. I wasn't as into movies at the time, but...
I think we knew each other at that point.
Did we?
Yeah, it was 2000.
I'm thinking we did, but I wasn't keeping my ear out for, like, trailers and stuff, and I didn't know anything about it. I got there, sitting in the theater, high as fuck,
watching white people
and then when everything just started to happen, I sweat so much. I came into that theater smelling like a showered boy. I left that theater smelling like I just played football.
Oh my god.
It was that actually might be my new pick for the trippiest, most far out movie you can watch while you're high. Get Out.
I don't know if I'd be able to have the same experience because, you know, I'm as we just saw, I'm really white, so like it's like, man, what movie do I think would probably be the weirdest, like, would probably be, like, the most fucked up experience while high? Maybe one of them would be Hereditary.
Oh, yeah, Hereditary or Midsommar.
Midsommar would be...
Midsommar, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Or freaking... Oh, hang on. I need to know if you've seen this movie. Hang on. Is it this?
What?
I think it's this. Okay.
Oh, careful!
No, I'm not playing stuff. I'm just getting the name. Okay. Yeah, The Secret of Nim.
Oh, wow!
You ever seen that?
I've seen parts of it. Although, like, granted, like it was one of those movies that our dad would try to make me watch, and it's like I don't like it when parents try to make me watch. That's why it took me forever to watch the Harry Potter movies, because my mother would my mother would always have like the Harry Potter movies playing while she was sleeping, because the DVDs would loop over and over.
Yep.
And man, that got annoying for me after a while.
I can imagine. But yeah, The Secret of Nim, if you've never seen it, it's a really weird movie. It's good.
I've seen parts of it, but it's like it's probably gonna be a while till I try to watch Secret of Nim.
No, yeah, for sure. Well, let me know when you do it, because I definitely want to watch it with you.
Unlike Harry Potter, like it's not really in the cultural zeitgeist, so it's not really one that'd be bringing up in conversation. No. I probably will one of these days, but it's like I'm trying to think of what other movies would be like the fucking freakiest.
Any of the the Cheech and Chong movies would just be funny.
Yeah, like you got like a movie that'll actually just fuck you up while high.
Yeah, let's see.
Granted, like, the Get Out
Alien.
The Get Out one, I don't know if that could be topped, because all the circumstances regarding that movie, like even within the film itself, a movie about white people. The
worst part is that it starts out pretty innocently, right?
Yeah,
and then it's just like, kaboom, and then you get freaked the fuck out.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, it was because it starts out. It starts out and it's pretty tame. Like it's the guy's gonna go to his girlfriend's parents' house. Oh yeah, sorry. And it's gonna be a chill time, but maybe it's gonna be a little tense because they're her parents. And then just the first thing that notified me that anything was wrong was first obviously the opening scene where he just knocks somebody the fuck out and kidnaps them, but also then the cop. And then after that, I was just like, okay.
It starts building.
It starts building, and then I started understanding. Okay, this movie is gonna be tough to watch.
Like I said, it's just like you're high while watching this, but also the movie's about white people brainwashing black people.
Also, I'm surrounded by white people in the movie theater.
Oh no!
Like,
oh my god! It's like. I have a question. What were the white people's reaction to Get Out when they were watching it?
You see, they definitely really liked the line where the dad was like, "I would have voted for Obama again." Everybody laughed when he said that. It was fucking hilarious. But I think from looking around, from what I can remember, because I was kind of stoned, but from looking around, most of it was like It's like a train wreck. Like, they couldn't look away, but at the same time, at some point, you could see that a lot of them wanted to.
It's like, because it's like for us white people, it's just like, all right, it's a fun little horror movie. For black people, it's like, like I saw this on Double Toasted, like they were like, like the black people in the audience, we're just thinking, man, this might as well be a documentary.
Yeah, for real.
It's just like, man, you ought to see Double Toasted's videos on Get Out.
I'll have to.
It's really funny when they talk about when they talk about Get Out. And it's just
did you want to know what was? I don't know if so. When I went to LA to visit my girlfriend, do you remember the movie Detroit?
I've heard of it.
You should watch it, and then when you watch it, this will be even funnier to you. My girlfriend's cousin, who is white, my girlfriend also white, he took us out to Compton, to the movie theater to see Detroit. They were the only two white people in the entire movie theater, and the whole movie was about a horrific hate crime that took place against a bunch of black people in Detroit. And I was just like, this movie is fire, but if I were them, I would be mad uncomfortable. Like, mad uncomfortable now.
They're just sitting in the middle of the theater surrounded by all these black people. It's like, oh, I feel guilty. Like, I feel guilty.
But yeah.
Like, man, why do my ancestors have to be slave owners? Like, why?
For real.
That woman, man, now I just see the image, just like they're just like dead in the middle of the theater, and it's just like, that just sounds. And this is Stephanie, right? Mm-hmm. Oh man, that just sounds hilarious.
Yeah, dude. She liked the movie. The movie was good.
Oh, but yeah, I've heard the movie was really good. Like, although apparently, like, it might have killed Catherine Bigelow's career because, like, the movie tanked horribly at the box office. Even though it got good reviews, like
that's surprising to me. The movie theater, in California, like movie tickets are like $20 a ticket. It was packed.
But here's the thing, like she can't get work in Hollywood anymore because she, made a movie that flopped at the box office, even though it was received really well, and yet Roland Emmerich keeps making movies, and his movies always get horrible reviews and bomb at the box office.
Yeah,
and it's like, but regardless, I think that probably about does it for this episode of the Hannahcast.
Good being here. Thanks for having me again.
Yeah, and we talked about a lot of topics today.
But we didn't talk about the most important ones, and that's how you should smash that freaking like button and the subscribe button. Share it, hit the bell, go over to ChristianHannah.com. Where you can find our Patreon, the YouTube page.
Yeah, you click the YouTube page, you get to
navigate the channel. Press the subscribe button two times since you've already pressed it once. No. So that way you'll unsubscribe, but then instantly resubscribe. Pump up the numbers!
Wouldn't that mean you press the button 3 times?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They already pressed it once because they just pressed it right now because I asked them to do it.
Oh, yeah. Also, you click the Patreon link, and we have we have for $3 a month you can subscribe to us on Patreon. Again, we're looking for ideas for what to do on Patreon.
You can definitely get the audio only version of the Hannahcast through the Patreon, though.
What I will say is, like, I'm thinking about doing this idea where, like, although granted, I don't know how we would do that because it's like I was thinking about trying like audio commentaries of movies, but and putting up the highlights on YouTube. But here's the problem:
copyright.
No, not even just that. It's ideally, I want us to see the movies on the big television screen, but at the same time, it's like, how do you also sync that up? Well, then again, like,
I know how. So
sync it up. It's like
I know how. I have a solution. So I have a really, really long ass HDMI cord. We plug that into your computer, stream it through your computer, get it on the TV, have OBS record on the TV or record the movie as well as.
Well, no, I wouldn't say record the movie. I was about to, because I wouldn't record the movie. I would literally just probably I don't know.
That would just be editing.
I mean, I don't know whether we would have to be on screen or off screen, or maybe we don't have to be on screen. We could just have the microphone. We can just watch the movie and whatnot. So
we can figure it out. That sounds interesting to me.
But yeah, again, give us ideas. I want to know what we can do to earn.
Drop those in the comments section.
Yeah, what we can do to earn your cold
your cup of Starbucks coffee money, please.
Yes. Also,
merch.
If you click the merch link, we have you can get on my Teespring store where you can where we have such cool things like shirts, we have stickers, we have
ass pants.
We have ass pants. Yeah, we have Make America Cringe Again merch. Hold on.
That's cool.
Right. Oh, yeah. Anyways, we have a bunch of cool merch right here, including Make America Cringe Again.
And don't forget about the Pride Month merch. Whose proceeds are going to the human rights.
The Human Rights Campaign. Yeah. In fact, we don't have any of the Pride merch on us right now, but although you can buy those, but we do have some of the other merch. Like, for example, we have this T-shirt. Although, granted, this one's a prototype. We have this Christian Hannah pillow and whatnot. It's not. Yeah, it's still pretty big. This is the biggest model that we have right now. We also have
red shirt comes in red. Here's the back.
Oh yeah, it's the back. All designs and whatnot have the big Christian Hannah logo on the back. But yeah, we have, that one goes in the breast pocket and whatnot. We have
a hoodie.
Yeah, we also have this hoodie, which again sort of like the shirt.
It's got the big one on the back with
but also not only that, we also have mugs. We also have our mugs. Show off the mugs. Yeah.
Then also
Clinkies.
Clinks and a sticker.
Yeah, we also have stickers and whatnot. We have die cut stickers. Yeah, there's the Christian.
It's me, Christian Hannah.
Whoa, he's in. It's forget about white chicks. Look at white guys.
White guys.
Yeah. Yeah, and yeah, like I said, you can with the die cut sticker, you can also get one in the shape of the Hannahcast logo and whatnot.
That's neat.
Get your pencil. Yeah, and not to mention that we also have links to my Twitter and whatnot at
Reddit.
Mr. C Hannah, which once again I always get in Twitter fights and whatnot. So I don't know, maybe you want to listen to that. I don't know. We also have a letterbox. I really would suggest
I'm actually gonna do that tonight. I keep saying that, but I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, where I've been catching up with a lot of movies, especially since I've now finished the Harry Potter films.
Yeah.
Yeah. Funny enough, I was trying. Here's the thing. I was. By the way, I also have a TikTok account, Christian Tyler Hannah,
And a subreddit.
Yeah, I have a subreddit, and yeah, I know I haven't really been very active on that, but at the same time, I've been really trying to grow the place
YouTube
more
and
trying to there's this little glorious thing right here.
Oh yeah, the TikToks just pop up in my feed sometimes. I like them.
No, this isn't even
That's
TikTok.
a picture. Yeah, I saw that one.
I don't know why. Like this is kind of a mood.
Right.
This is a mood, all right. But yeah, you can find all this stuff and more on
ChristianHannah.com.
Yeah, like ChristianHannah.com. You lying,
Not .org, not .net, not .gov.
I wonder if I could actually call this ChristianHannah.com. Just
You should try. .com.
Although granted, I already paid I think it's like what $12 a year
for the domain.
But I don't know if you would actually be able to. I wonder if you would actually be able to make a website with a domain.
I
called
doubt it. All
.com.
the porn sites would have done it already.
Granted, I don't know. Granted, I don't know if a porn website's taken ChristianHannah.com, but at the
Right,
same
no,
time,
but I'm saying it'd be Pornhub.com instead of .com if you could do it. I bet.
Okay, I'm gonna try, but I'm going to put it in incognito mode.
Oh no! Pornhub.com is the website.
Pornhub.com. I'm talking about Pornhub.com.
Oh, let's see it.
Yeah, I actually have never been on Pornhub.com.
It's all right. It's like if it's in the top 3.
Yeah, it only says .com. .com, not .com.
Yeah,
It's
it's in the top 3. I think the best porn sites in
I don't want
at least my top 3: X videos, XNX, and then Pornhub.
I don't even watch porn. I know no one's ever gonna believe me when I say this, but I legitimately don't even watch porn.
It's a great note to end the cast on, bro.
Exactly, talking about cum and
porn. Well, again, thanks for having me. It was a blast being here.
It's 6:19, but you take away the 1, it's 69. See,
nice.
Exactly.
Nice.
So yeah, that'll about do it for the Hannahcast. Everyone,
make sure to
bye.
tune in next time.
Yeah, hopefully next week, hopefully next Saturday, we'll be able to get back to the same thing. So, bye.